Boom. God. What a way to start the year with a boomer. Happy New Year, everybody. Am I coming in too loud, by the way? Probably. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year. What year is it? 2025 in the year of our Lord. Sunday, 5 January. Yay. It's a new year, everybody. It's a new year. 12th night and all that. Officially the last day of the festive period, and it snowed like hell in the UK. Bitter outside. Anyway, good to see you, everybody. Shall we get those guests out? You know it. Let's do it. Okay. Oh, what a panel. What a panel. First up, the channel's very own Astromech droid. It is Professor Artoo.
Hello.
Happy New Year.
Crappy New Year.
How's the weather?
Oh, well, the weather here is even worse than yours. Yeah, no, we're getting a historic snowfall. We're going to have somewhere around 16 inches, about half a meter worth of snow on the ground.
16 inches, you greedy boy.
Yeah, we're going to get quite a bit here. But I've got drifts in my backyard that are nearly 4 feet deep.
16 inches, what a way to start
the
day.
Well, you know.
Yeah, Rennie would be happy with 16 inches. Hi, Rennie, I love you. You know that. Prof, it's a blessing to have you on, my friend.
I am glad to be here. Let's bring some more people on.
Okay. Sausage King Chicago, deeply of Sir Melvin.
Greetings.
And salutations. How are you? Happy New Year.
Well, greetings and one salutation, maybe not salutations per se.
How are you doing, my friend? You good?
I'm doing great. I'm Fanda Bidozi.
Are you ready to tackle the Crimbo movies? Final?
It was a foregone conclusion at round one, Brian. But we can go through the motion.
Persevere. We'll persevere.
We can struggle on through the pretense that the vote makes any difference.
I know. It'll be interesting, by the way. Melvin, it's great to have you on, my friend. Should we get this peep out? I forgot.
Only if it's somebody good.
Oh, God, I'm just spoilt for choice here, everybody. I know. I'll give you a clue, everybody. Land head. Whee. Hello, Price.
Hey, how's it going?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, man.
How you doing, man?
Doing good, yeah. Happy to be here.
You sorted those T-shirts out yet?
They sound like a good idea, but I don't have them yet.
I think you need to... I think there'll be a winner with the knitted head design.
I'll see what I can do.
I think you should. There's a question. Oh, sorry. Boomerang. Oh, God. Boomerang and computer lag. Not a good combination. How's Leslie?
She's doing great, I suppose.
And on that bombshell, Price, it's great to have you on, mate.
Great to be here.
Should we get the next? Are you sure?
Sure.
Are you sure it's great to be here?
It is, yeah. Why not?
Good. Should we get the next peep out?
Absolutely.
Why do I feel I'm killing the stream? Sorry,
I think we should do a poll.
No, I can't, because the poll on my other screen is all set to go. And if I do a poll, I'll tell you what I need to do. I need to stop the video playback. I wonder why. I know why it's laggy, because I've got the YouTube playing on another window with the poll that's ready to go.
Should we or should we not bring on the next guest? Maybe. Yes or no?
Let's think it over for a week or two.
Where did we get to? Next guest. Okay, I'll give you a clue, everybody. It's shit. Hello, Ed.
Right, hello.
Mwah.
Just eating the last mince pie because it's the 12th day, so you got to get rid of all the stuff connected to
Well,
Christmas. There we
Really?
go. Yeah.
What? All food products have to go as well? Shit.
Well-
Lost me in that one there. Damn.
Took the tree down today with sadness, of course,
Oh,
because
you
I love
miser-
Christmas.
You got another 2 out, you miserable bastard.
I love Christmas. It's a shame it's
Over.
But the Americans have it longer, don't they? They have the
No.
Thanksgiving Day, and then they just keep going
No,
until Christmas, don't they?
no, Thanksgiving's Thanksgiving. Totally different animal, mate. Even I know that.
Same to me. Same. It's the same. To me, it's the same thing. You have turkey. You have turkey.
Gobble,
Yeah,
gobble.
Yeah.
Anyway.
There you go.
There is another.
Mm.
Shall we get the next guest out?
Yeah. We should.
Is it Shooty?
No, not today. Not
Oh.
this week.
Is it Greta? No.
No, how dare you?
Wax on, wax off. That's a clue.
That's it. The next guest saves the stream from being a sausage fest, everybody. It is the mighty, the wonderful Johnny Lawrence's mum.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
I also
Welcome to
packed up
Buddy
all of
Bag.
my Christmas today.
Yeah.
Oh, God, what is wrong with everybody?
Christmas. This is the last Christmas day. So
Yeah.
Hi, Babs.
Hi.
You all right?
I'm fine. I'm wonderful. It's
Oh,
a beautiful day here today, and I'm
It's
thrilled to be here with you guys.
haven't you got anyone to clean your star? Look at it.
talking?
It's dirty.
It's
I
a beautiful
know.
day here.
Dirty.
Too,
It's very shabby and broken.
I think you're
like
going to say
me.
shit.
She was.
It's shit.
She was.
No,
Ah.
that's Mega's line. That's Ian's
Uh,
line.
Hold on. We've got a wool. Here we go. Add some grey wrench.
Aw.
Yeah.
Thanks, babe.
That was for me. What are you talking about?
Oh, sorry. I don't want to assume anybody's wolf whistle.
Babs, it is a genuine delight to have you on.
Well,
Happy New Year.
I'm thrilled to be here. Happy New Year, guys.
Shall we say good evening, chat? We can see you. Good evening.
Good
Good evening.
evening.
Good evening,
let's
chat.
do
We can
this.
see you.
Let's do this. Episode 251 Musings. Today's date. Guess what?
You
some more
lost someone.
subs.
Yeah. Get on, Bennett.
It's stationary. I think it's stationary at 4620. One day I'll wake up one day, it'll be 4621. I think yes, and then later on in the day 4619. So anyway, it is what it is.
If it goes well tonight, I will subscribe again, and you go up.
Is that what it is?
It could be. It could be. It could also mean though that a Christmas miracle has happened, and you're not getting older. You're just stuck at the same number forever.
Maybe we should do a poll to see when we hit 5K. By the way, please like, share, subscribe. You know the rule, folks, or my rule. If a YouTuber is providing entertainment for you, you got to press the thumbs up. Donate the channel. Memberships are available. The last time for this year. We'll put it back in the box, won't we, Ian?
Yeah, whatever.
Greatest
for
Christmas
you.
card ever.
All for you, Damien.
No, Daddy, no.
It's just the best.
I need to get a recording of that. I need that.
Maybe we should try and watch The Omen at some point this year. Anyway, okay. So we are doing Christmas movies final. Is this a book?
It
It
was.
was a book.
40 stories of sheer adventure. What, 40 different stories?
No, well, it was based on 2
Yeah.
books, wasn't it? Die Hard.
Yeah.
Well, then it'd say 2 stories, wouldn't it?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, they think the original book was called Nothing Lasts Forever.
Mhm.
I think.
Wow.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
But
it
since
doesn't,
we're
does it?
doing Christmas movies, I just
Mm.
have to say I have a bone to pick because not once did my favorite Christmas movie ever come up. The
Which
Thin
one is
Man.
that then? The
The
Thin
Thin
Man.
Man. It's a fantastic, wonderful movie, and it's set at Christmas time.
Never
Is it
heard
a
of
horror?
No, it's
Sounds like a horror.
no, it's a mystery,
Okay.
and it stars William Powell and Myrna Loy. 1934's The Thin Man. Everyone
I've got to
should
watch
check
it.
out. It's
I've got to watch it.
1934?
1934.
Yeah.
I love old films
Damn.
like that.
I've watched it. Are you talking? Did you say The Thin Man or The Third Man?
The Thin Man.
I
The
think
Third
I've
Man
seen.
is the Orson Welles movie,
Orson
but
Welles.
yes.
Which
I
one is
think-
The Thin Man? I feel like I've seen both of them. Which one is The Thin Man?
The Thin Man is 1934. William Powell, Myrna Loy. He plays the brilliant detective Nick Charles. She plays his charming heiress wife, Nora Charles. And together they solve the mystery of the Thin Man.
I think I've seen that one many years ago, but I can't remember much. The Third Man, actually, I remember it better.
Is The Thin Man a
Yeah.
Christmas film then?
It's set at Christmas time.
Oh, I see.
I-
Okay.
The Third
It's,
Man.
uh,
I
There's a
watched this-
Christmas party. There's a Christmas tree. There's
Okay.
presents.
It's a series of films.
I'd seen the second one.
I
There's
think
actually-
I have uploaded all of them to Rumble. I believe I have.
Damn.
Oh,
So-
really?
Shall we say that
No.
Babs won the internet then? And the best Christmas movie is what?
The Thin Man.
Okay,
And
so
not
we'll.
once did it make it onto a poll.
But I've never seen it, and I do love old films, so I will seek it out and watch it.
Oh, check it out. It's
Well, it's
Yeah.
on Melvin's channel by the sounds of it. Or
Yeah, I'll
something like
check it out. I'll definitely check it out.
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
Melvin, throw your link in the doodah, fella.
Oh,
Melvin, you have a Rumble channel?
Yeah, you can't because it's Rumble. So they
Oh,
won't let you
right.
put the link in
Oh,
YouTube
okay.
because they're enemies. Yeah, I've uploaded about 650 films on Rumble.
All right.
Wow.
Wow. You can throw the
Melvin
link in
has
the
great
description.
taste in movies, by the way. He posts so many great old movies. Everybody should check out his channel.
Who
Is
does?
it called Melvin Deeply?
It's called what the hell is it called? It's called Dicks in Hell.
No, really.
Really, it's called
Yes,
Dicks
really.
in Hell.
Sticks in Hell?
Dicks in Hell.
Dix, D-I-X.
We'll get going
D-
eventually.
D-
You just talk
Yeah.
amongst yourselves. We'll
DX.
get going, don't worry.
Dixon. Hell.
Dicks.
There was a character called Dix, wasn't there? I can't remember
Uh,
where that comes from.
Oh, Dixon Hill is from The Next Generation.
Mhm.
Oh, is he?
I took it as
will,
meaning something like from The Exorcist. Your mother sucks dicks in hell.
Okay, so Die Hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway,
so-
Die Hard.
Okay, so I think we're going to make the case for best. Why this is the best. So Babs, you're new here. Why should people vote for this movie other than your favorite? Why is this your second favorite?
Why is this my second favorite? You
Yeah.
said it was my second favorite.
Well, it is now.
Oh, okay.
For the purposes of this stream.
Well, it is a good movie, and it's and it is a good Christmas movie. It also ticks all of the boxes of being a Christmas movie. There's a Christmas party, there's Christmas trees. People are wearing Santa outfits. Well, sort of.
And it's set at Christmas.
And it's set at Christmas time. It's literally set at Christmas Eve.
There's snow as well on tables.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Ellis and his sniffing.
All kinds of
Booby.
snow.
Yeah.
Yes, and there is nudity. So,
Well, yeah, brief.
Well, a little bit. Yeah, I remember
It's
that.
Briefly.
brief. Yeah, brief. Yeah. Yeah. I love Die Hard. Die Hard's a good film.
it is a good movie.
There's nudity in Die Hard?
Yeah,
Briefly.
Yeah, a little bit, a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah,
there's a couple in
briefly.
an office that he.
yeah.
Yes.
But were they naked?
No, the girl was
She was.
topless. Yeah,
She
was
was?
topless. She was topless.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know how I
That's
didn't
right.
remember this.
It's
always-
real brief. It's just
yeah.
I
they
should
come in
focus
a row
as
more.
well.
I should
Yeah,
focus on this more the next time I watch it.
Mm.
Okay, Ian, best Christmas movie?
I wouldn't say Die Hard is my favorite Christmas movie, but it's up there in my top 10. I think it does deserve the accolade of one of the best Christmas movies ever, in my opinion.
It's a good
It's
one.
such a good movie. Yeah. I'm wondering why they have why most of the poster is black and white and the explosions in color. I'm just wondering right now because it never occurred to me that everything was in black and white on this poster and only the explosion was in color. It's
Perhaps they
weird.
couldn't afford the ink for the rest of
Yeah,
the poster.
probably. Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Okay. Any particular reason why it's a good Christmas movie, Ian?
It's look. Throughout the years we call it a Christmas movie, but let's face it, it isn't because you have to define what Christmas movie is. A Christmas movie is a movie about Christmas, not the background of Christmas. But
It's
yeah,
tenuous. Yes.
yeah, but everyone has embraced this Christmas movie, and who am I to argue? Do you know what I mean? So I call it Christmas movie.
You know what, Ian? It's genuinely a shame that the cleaner wasn't set at Christmas as well. You know,
Rambo was also set at Christmas.
Yeah, it was, but that's what I'm saying. It just had the background because the way I understood it before all this nonsense started about Die Hard was a Christmas movie was about Christmas. The film was about Christmas. If Christmas is in the background, it's not really classed as a Christmas movie.
No.
Then all the rules changed because of
Yeah.
Die Hard.
Okay.
So there you go.
Price,
Yes.
you're right there.
Yeah. What's up?
Why is this a good Christmas movie?
I just really like it as a movie. So, it's one of my favorite action movies ever. So, for me, if there's Christmas there and it's one of my favorite action movies, I have no problem saying that this is a great Christmas movie.
By now, Die Hard just became a Christmas movie because people keep saying it. Is that
There is
true,
some
Price?
truth.
Mhm.
There is some truth in that.
It does happen on Christmas, though. I mean,
Yeah.
they probably didn't really intend it for it to be a Christmas movie or one that people revisit on Christmas. Really don't think that that's what they were thinking to themselves when they made it. But it ended up that way. Also, the way it ends, don't they do "Let It Snow, Let It Snow"?
Yes, they
Mhm.
do.
Oh, there's Christmas
there's
all the
Christmas.
way through it.
Yeah.
Right.
So-
And it was a summer release, but
But Shane
There-
Black
there-
always writes his screenplays and he always includes Christmas in it. Well, majority of his films, he has Christmas in it. He loves Christmas.
Is It's a Wonderful Life a Christmas movie?
Then again, that's another question, isn't it?
We'll get into that in a minute.
Before
we?
before it was defined, it was a definite define what a Christmas movie was. But now it's all changed since the years have gone by. People have changed that those rules, haven't they?
Yeah.
So
Well,
because-
it kind of morphed into a Christmas movie, meaning morphing into people watching it as a tradition,
yeah.
meaning
Yeah.
revenue, nice marketing.
Either way, I don't care. I'd
Yeah.
call this a Christmas
okay.
movie.
Yeah.
I'd call Die Hard a Christmas movie.
Melvin, thoughts?
I don't have any new thoughts. It's still not a Christmas movie. Here's what makes a Christmas movie, right? Here's what makes a Christmas movie. Christmas has to be the theme of the movie.
That was the rule, yeah.
Right. The theme of this
Long time
movie
ago.
is explosions. This could have been set at Thanksgiving or his wife's birthday or anything, and it wouldn't have made any difference. Christmas was a theme, not the theme.
Yeah.
And what makes it a Christmas movie now is some people just keep on shouting it and won't fucking shut up. So to get peace, most people go, okay, it's a Christmas movie. Okay, we'll move along now. Let's, be nice.
Move along,
Be nice.
nothing to see.
Put
nothing to see.
that knife down. Put the knife down. I'm on your side. We're all friends here.
Well, the rules have changed, haven't they, throughout the years? Again, it was defined what a Christmas movie was, and then suddenly because of Die Hard and certain other people, as you say, Melvin, shouting from the rooftops, it's changed now. Anything that is associated with Christmas in the film is a Christmas movie. So I don't know. I don't care anyway.
Yeah.
I will-
Well,
Prometheus.
as Adam points out, the plot doesn't happen without Christmas.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can.
Ugh.
You know, it could
Except
be any
it-
time of year. It could just be going to visit his family. You know, it doesn't need to be
Okay.
Christmas.
I will say, when I watched it originally in the cinema, I didn't think it was a Christmas movie.
Nor did I. Nor did I.
It was an action movie set at Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah.
I rest my case.
So it has morphed over the year. It's getting more and more tenuous. But anyway,
And
Prof-
Bruce Willis says it's not, and he should.
Yeah, but Bruce Willis was joking when he said that.
yeah, yeah.
He was
So, like,
because
he can't argue now because he can't talk anymore. Can he?
well, yeah. I've heard him
Oh.
say it's a Christmas movie. I've actually heard him say it. So
Okay.
I don't know. Who cares? Who
Um,
cares?
Prof,
Yeah, just
final,
put the knife down. It can be a Christmas movie.
final word.
Well, as I was trying to say before, is It's a Wonderful Life a Christmas movie?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Because
That's a very good
by some of the definitions that have been given, it is not a Christmas movie.
That's right.
It is not about Christmas. It is not about the spirit of Christmas. It's about a guy who's at the end of his rope and wants to, Minecraft
Delete.
himself, and then is shown, why he's an important person in the world and everything, and it happens at Christmas. So it's almost more of a World War II film because of all the stuff that's happening because of World War II. But anyway, I understand the arguments. If it's going to be a Christmas movie, it has to be about Christmas. I think there's a lot of things that we celebrate at Christmas as Christmas movies that are not really about the spirit of Christmas, like movies like Holiday Inn or Love Actually or what. They're not.
Love
so much
Actually
about
is trash.
It's
Yeah,
not so much
people-
about the spirit of Christmas. It happens at Christmas. Christmas is an important part of what's going on.
Yeah.
And the movie Die Hard would not happen without Christmas. He's traveling to see his wife and family at Christmas. He's there going to a Christmas party. That's the reason he's there in the building when it happens. There's Christmas songs and themes and stuff all the way through it. In the end, he's got Christmas tape on his back holding the gun so that he can hide it from the bad guy. It's got Christmas all throughout the movie. There's Christmas music, Christmas themes. Ho, ho, ho. Now I have a machine gun. So
Yeah.
I think for, in the expanded universe of Christmas, it is definitely a Christmas movie. It is also one of the best, if not the best, action movie ever made.
Oh, it's great.
I love this film. Yeah.
Oh, I agree.
Okay,
That's all we have time for tonight, folks.
Take care, everybody.
Moving on.
Yeah, put the knife down, Professor.
Okay. Batman Returns. Babs, you're new here.
This is one that I don't really call it a Christmas movie, even though it ticks all of the same boxes that Die Hard does as far as theme wise. But I mean, it to me, it's not really a Christmas movie. It's not a bad movie. I like the movie, and I think Michelle Pfeiffer is the best thing in it. But I don't know that I would call it a Christmas movie. And yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I would call this one a Christmas movie, although it does have a lot of fun stuff in it.
Psych Electroacoustic Opera Company. I haven't seen Die Hard. Should change that. But I agree with Melvin Deeply. The movie needs to be about the movie needs to be about Christmas to be a real Christmas movie. There you go. Ian,
Well, then what's
Batman-
this doing on the screen then?
Well, Batman.
Batman Returns.
Look, again, right. I think it's changed what Christmas movie is throughout the years. So, I'd call this a Christmas movie only because people want it to be a Christmas movie. Quite frankly, I don't give a shit really if people want to argue over it. I don't care. You know what I mean? So, like, what a
Base.
Christmas is fine.
Mega
Yeah.
Geek, don't say that. Don't
Base.
say that. He's got a knife.
Base. Damn, shooting from the hip,
No,
everybody.
I love a man who just is willing
Happy
to
New
say
Year.
what he thinks.
Merry New Year.
Damn everyone else.
Merry New Year. Price?
I like this movie. I think it's good, and I'm okay with it being a Christmas movie. Why not?
Yeah.
Okay. Melvin?
Well, it's got mistletoe. It's got camel toe.
It's got Michelle Pfeiffer, who even you admit looks good here.
Yep,
What?
she never looked better than here.
What?
She looked pretty good in Scarface too, but I agree. I think that here this may be prime Michelle Pfeiffer.
She looked pretty good in The Fabulous Baker Boys, too.
She looked pretty good there. That movie kind of annoyed me, but she did look good in it.
Yeah,
What's that
I hated
film?
that film.
Sorry,
I
go
hated
ahead.
that film. But
The only
she
good
looked
thing
great.
is she looked good in it. Aside from that they were both simping and annoying. The whole thing annoyed me.
I tell you what, she really looked good in, right? And it was really well shot photography wise. You ever see that film with Mel Gibson and Kurt Russell, where
Tequila
they were?
Sunrise.
Yeah,
Tequila Sunrise.
she
Yeah.
looked awesome in that film. My lord.
She is. To me, she's one of the most beautiful women in Hollywood.
Yeah, she is.
I agree with you. I actually, when that stupid Ant-Man movie came out, they tried to make her look like an old hag, and even though they tried all of that, she still looked nice.
Damn.
I mean,
She's still gorgeous.
She looks after herself as well.
right.
Exercise.
But it was such a weird thing that they were trying to make her look bad in the movie. Like you see her on the red carpet for the movie, and you're like, wow, like she really took care of herself. And then you look at the movie, and they put this weird potato sack on her. They made her look like her hair, like it's like frizzy and white,
Hollywood.
like she's a witch or
Mhm.
something. As if she's not a
Hollywood.
witch, but that's what they made her look like. And it's as if there was a team of minds sitting around trying to make Michelle Pfeiffer look bad.
That's what they were doing. That's the MO of Hollywood now. You
Bastards.
can't have anyone good looking on
Even-
screen.
Even like
anymore.
at her age, they can't just let her look nice. I mean, she's not 20. Like, just let her look good.
It's
No,
because
Yeah.
they do it because it upsets the ugly people.
Yeah,
having more
I mean,
time. That's what it is.
screw the other ugly people.
No, who
Screw them.
cares?
I hate
Plus-
ugly people with
Listen,
a
I
faces.
don't go to the movies to look at ugly people.
What-
Okay?
I mean, for
I
all
want
sakes
somebody
and
to look
purposes,
beautiful and glamorous.
I could very well be an ugly person too, when you compare me to like, a young Brad Pitt. But at the same time, I'm not paying money to go to the movie theater to see a bunch of people. I don't need somebody to comfort me and say, oh, you look average. Look at all these average people. No, I want to sit and watch like hot women on the screen. That's what I paid money for. I paid money to see like cool things, even, and also not that I'm interested in the dudes, which maybe ladies are, but if there's a guy that's supposed to be beating people up, he has to look like he went to the gym. You know what I mean? He can't look like some fatso. He has to look like he looks like he can punch somebody in the face, and he looks like badass. That needs to happen along with the appealing ladies.
But Hollywood doesn't want that anymore, do they?
Screw them and their stupid bullshit. They have to start
Welcome.
rolling out attractive people, and until they do, every time I review a movie, or most of the time, especially when it's like a big popcorn blockbuster, I will always point out that they make the women look like little boys. I
Yeah, they
can't
do.
stand it. Why do they always make them look like little boys? It's so annoying.
That's
I
what I
know.
like, though. Dr. Iceman wrenched, hello, my friend, the bigots allowance. Whatever.
No,
Bigots.
the Truth Ball
Alliance.
Alliance, because we tell the truth. We don't
Shooting
hide
from the
behind
hip
stupidness.
alliance.
Yeah, we don't hide behind stupidness like that.
Prof, Batman Returns.
It's a movie.
He
I'm
returned.
just kidding.
It is, mate. It is. It is. You're
No,
wrong.
no,
Agreed.
I
Agreed. 100%.
No,
Okay, shall we move on then?
I do enjoy this movie. I'm not sure it's one that I watch every Christmas, but I've watched it many times, and I think I enjoy it a lot more. I enjoy it more than some people do. A lot of people love the first film. I really do enjoy this one. There's some great performances in it, and yes, Michelle Pfeiffer, very nice to look at.
I love Christopher Walken in this movie. In fact, he has the best line to me in the whole movie, which he whips off the Catwoman mask and he looks at her stud and he's like, "Selena Kyle, you're fired." That cracks me up.
He's
like,
always good, though.
clueless Idiot.
He's great.
Christopher
Christopher Walken is
Walken.
always good. There's always something he brings
Yeah.
to the table.
I actually met him when I was in Cannes. I had a
What?
20-minute
wow.
talk with him. Yeah, because he was he was just sitting all on his own on a table because, like
What?
in Cannes, you can go to they hire hotels and they have all the sell films in hotels. They hire the rooms, and in the foyer, they used to people used to hang out in the foyer, and he was just sitting on a chair near a table on his own, just looking at everybody. And my friend said, "That's Christopher Walken. Let's go and talk to him." And I said, "No, he looks scary." And he goes, "No, come on, it'll be all right." And we were speaking for like 20 minutes. Really nice. He was a nice guy, you know?
Christopher Walken.
Yeah.
Fantastic actor, the Deer Hunter.
He is.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yes.
Was it Dark Zone? Was it Dark Zone?
Dead Zone. Dead Zone.
Dead Zone. Great film, everybody.
The ice is going to break. Remember that line in Dead Zone?
Yeah, Dead Zone is a good movie.
Yeah, good movie. Anyway, let's move on then.
Yay!
Do you like this one?
I do love this one.
Okay. Babs, you're new here.
I do love this movie, and I love Michael Caine in it. And like you guys were saying previously, he treats this movie as serious as a heart attack, and it's all the better for it. And I love this version of it. It's silly and fun and heartwarming, and Michael Caine can never do any wrong in my eyes. So yes, perfect, great movie.
About Christmas as well, which helps.
Yeah. Yes, and about Christmas.
Boom, have that. Yes.
Indeed.
Price.
Yes. You know what? I've only seen this movie once many years ago, so you keep putting it, like when you put the slide on, I don't really know what to say. I remember it being a movie that I enjoyed, but I don't have enough kind of... It's been so long since I've seen it that it wouldn't be fair to really comment. But if people like it, it seems like a Christmas movie, and Michael Caine is a good actor, so I assume it's good.
Well, it's called A Christmas Carol, so it's got to be a Christmas movie, right?
Right. I mean, it is, nobody can argue that this isn't a Christmas movie. I generally like, growing up, I like the Muppets, and I think that Michael Caine is a good actor. So all of these things are good. Maybe if I watched it again recently, I would have more input.
If I may, sorry, Reg, it feels like the IQ of the stream has gone up with Johnny Lawrence's mum on the panel.
Oh, what an insult.
I wouldn't go that far.
That's not a compliment. That's an insult to us. What are you saying?
Well, that's what he does. That's what he does, though.
Barbara, don't lend him money. He's trying to soften you. Don't lend him money.
It was either that or it was going to be a sausage fest. Ian, you were going to say something?
I was about to say that people considered, when Michael Caine was at the height of his powers, people considered him a terrible actor. I remember people slagging him off, saying he was a bad actor. And there was no one that cared about acting more than him. He has classes on YouTube. You watch his classes; they're very good. And he cares about acting. He thinks about it quite a lot. And if you hear him talk about how he acts and how he performs, he has a certain way of doing
Who didn't think he was a good actor, though?
Everyone.
I don't remember ever
in the
'70s.
In the '70s, he was
didn't
flagged
help
off
that he
all
made.
the time. Yeah.
It didn't help that he
Critics.
made a string of bad movie
movies.
choices.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's ever bad. I like Michael Caine, even Jaws.
Like cocaine, yeah.
The Rock has made a load of shit movies just for the money, and nobody says he's a bad actor.
I do. He is a bad actor.
No, everybody says
he is a bad actor.
Terrible actor.
He's a terrible actor. Yeah, he does the
Michael
same thing all the time.
Michael Caine has won 2 Oscars, so it can't be that bad.
Yeah.
And also, he is in my favorite movie, him and Sean Connery, The Man Who Would Be King.
That's a great movie.
Oh, it's such
Absolutely
a good movie.
great. But I mean, I think when people took him serious is when he did Educating Rita, and then everybody realized he could act, and then that was that. But in the '70s, the critics used to pan him all the time, So yeah, it's just like, do you remember ABBA? Right, everybody hails ABBA now because their music is great.
No,
and they
ABBA were great.
I remember in the '70s, people used to think ABBA was shit. They used to,
no. See, here you go. Bridge Too Far, great in that.
It is a good movie.
Battle of Britain. Oh, I watched that over Christmas. I love the Battle of
Zulu. He was in Zulu, wasn't
Yeah.
he? Michael Caine.
Ip Chris.
Icarus
was
Files,
his-
brilliant film.
Get Carter.
Alfie.
Brilliant film.
It was
Alfie.
in
It's
Alfie.
a great
What else?
movie.
Yeah.
I've not heard of this film. It's shit. Is
Alfie.
that one of
I
yours,
was
Ian?
referring to ABBA, which is kind of
Yeah.
true. I mean, the thing is, I can't take away from ABBA that they're good at pop music and they have a following. And
Yeah.
maybe if you like pop
Yeah,
music,
Cider
that's
House
quality
Girls.
pop music. But honestly, if you're like a man with any level of testosterone, you're not going to be sitting around listening to ABBA in your own spare time.
Oh, shut up.
That was the thing. That was the thing. I
No.
think it takes years to actually appreciate something. Like for instance, remember when Phil Collins was the height of his thing? Everybody used to think Phil Collins was
amazing.
crap. He's
He
too
is
pop.
crap.
He's too pop.
No, he's
I
not.
think he's,
I mean,
I think he's
I would
brilliant
still,
personally.
it's still not completely untrue in the sense that he was great in Genesis in the early years, and I think that from after maybe In the Air Tonight and maybe some early
I wish
'80s
it would
Genesis
rain
material,
down.
he
Incredible.
went full on commercial pop crap. Some of it is worse than other stuff. Some of it is more
I don't get
tolerable.
involved.
There's no doubt that he's sold out in a really big way. So if people had something to say about him, they weren't completely lying.
Well, that's the thing. Everybody has their own opinion, and it's
Price
only
is
through
close to getting
time.
booted.
I always say, right, that with anything good, it always gets discovered through time. Do you know what I mean? If
Much
it's
like
good,
this channel.
People
people discover it.
Can I be
Well, and
controversial?
opinions soften over time as well.
They do too. Yeah.
Then I'll give you one thing. Because today I listen to such crap. Then suddenly, if you put like Phil Collins from the '80s, and then I have to listen to like a Harry Styles or something, I'll be like, oh, you know what? Maybe Phil Collins wasn't so bad. Okay,
It was
that happens to
excellent.
me.
Okay.
It was excellent. Deal with it.
If you're
Melvin?
giving me a choice to listen between Phil Collins or this shitty mumble rap that Tom's listening to
Right.
today,
In that case,
I will listen to Phil Collins.
Okay.
But
I
otherwise,
agree. So
Okay.
yeah, it's kind of like the prequels of Star Wars. You know, you
Mhm.
suddenly look at it and you're like,
No,
maybe
they're
they weren't
shit.
that bad.
we did the
Melvin?
Tarzan soundtrack, and I just went, fuck off.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Melvin?
Before I give my
Sorry,
controversial
we are
take,
bogged. Sorry, folks. Go on.
before the controversial take, I would say I would rather listen to a vacuum cleaner than rap music. But right, here's my controversial take. Every band or singer that you've ever heard of who ever sold a record sold out. Otherwise, they wouldn't be selling records; they'd be giving them away.
I think you're right there, but the thing is, though, I think
Just to different extents, though.
Yes,
It's-
to a
it's-
different extent, but the extent is important. Mildly selling out is one thing. Going from being like this cool progressive band to just cheesy ballad after cheesy ballad over and over again, that starts to become annoying. Aerosmith did that as well, although in Aerosmith's case, I would argue that they were never that fantastic to begin with. They were just pretty okay, and then they became complete crap.
Okay. May we get back on track with
Oh, the Muppets Christmas Carol, of course.
The thing is though, I love all this stuff when we go sideways. I love it. I love hearing people's opinions on different things.
sideways?
Of course, we went sideways. We went
Of course,
sideways.
that's the best parts. Really, I agree with
It
you.
is,
Sideways.
It is. It is.
Melvin?
This isn't a Christmas movie. Santa's not in it, right?
Hot take, everybody.
That snow is fake. How can it be a Christmas movie? Help me here.
Well done, Melvin.
It's a horror movie,
Well done,
right?
Melvin. Keep taking the medication. Well done, mate. Prof?
Well, I think with Genesis, really, after Peter Gabriel left, I'm kidding. God, every stream I'm on with Price, we end up talking about Phil Collins and Genesis. What the hell?
Phil Collins.
Okay. No, this is a great Christmas film and one of my favorite interpretations of A Christmas Carol. It works so well as a comedy, yes, because Michael Caine, every scene that he's in, he is in a completely different film than ever. He is taking everything seriously, playing it as if this was the West End and he's doing A Christmas Carol. He is delivering in every line, in every scene, and it's great, and it's so much fun.
I think I might need to watch it. Okay.
I read the greatest clip of this was that Michael Caine treats this movie like the Muppets are serious actors, and Tim Curry treats himself like he's a Muppet in Muppet Treasure Island. And that was like the most spot on analysis. Like, no notes. That's perfect. Just that.
No, you see Kane, he's in the Muppets'
Yeah.
faces,
Yeah.
like barking at them, practically spittle coming out
Yeah.
of his mouth. He's just chewing it up the whole time, and it's great. It's so much fun.
Do you know
That's,
that Michael Caine did such a good performance in this film that you all believe it's a Christmas movie?
That
It's
could
called
be it.
acting. It's called
Could be it.
acting, Melvin. Okay, let's move on then. Gremlins.
Is that Phil Collins?
Yes,
But the same size.
and
Babs, you're new here.
Oh man. Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry. I know I'm gonna get a lot of shit for this. Gremlins is overrated to me. It is. Yes.
What?
Yeah. It is. Gremlins is overrated. I know everybody loves
How
loves
so?
it. I don't know. It never fell into my wheelhouse of I get it and it's fun or whatever. I don't know. It's a movie that's always kind of annoyed me, and I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate on it, but I don't get it, and that's my take. If you guys want to call it a Christmas movie, knock yourself out. If you guys want to lust on Phoebe Cates, go for it.
Yeah, why not?
My opinion is like
Whatever happened to Phoebe Cates? That's the question I always ask, and nobody answers me. Did she
Oh,
look so nice?
She married Kevin Kline and retired and raised a family. And that's
There you go,
it.
folks.
She owns some shops as well, doesn't she? She sells clothes.
She married that loser?
Yeah, she did.
Oh.
Damn.
That's a downer.
Damn.
they've been married since '89.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
Good,
Yeah.
good for Kevin.
Then he's not a loser, then, obviously.
No, he's
Ian?
not. He's not. I'm just being a
Wow.
jerk.
Wow. Oh, Gremlins. I do like Gremlins. I think it's very dated. When I watched it recently, I thought the whole thing was very dated, and the effects weren't very good. When you look at it again, it's just Muppets
Really?
in a bar. But it's still enjoyable. I like how violent it is in certain bits.
Yeah,
And,
I like that.
I like there's a shot where the Gremlin fires a bow and arrow at what's his name's arm, and it hits him in the arm. You know what I mean? That's really painful. So I think it's a good movie. It's not in my top 10 though. I think it's a good movie, but I think it's a movie of its time. But it is a Christmas movie because it's at Christmas time, I guess.
Prof?
Yeah, fun movie. If we're gonna say that, yes, we can count something like Die Hard as a Christmas film, then I would say this counts.
Yeah.
It does have a lot of Christmassy themes in it. There's Christmases happening, and gifts under the tree, and all the crazy stuff that happens when they go to the department store and everything with all the Christmas stuff around. Yeah, it's a fun movie. I would have to agree. It's not in my top 10. It is fun to watch. It's not one I go back to every year though.
Melvin, you've not been yet, have you? No.
What do I say? I thought I said everything last time. Let me think a second. Let me gather my
Bit
thoughts.
controversial.
You're going to say that Phoebe Cates is ugly, aren't you?
Be controversial. No, Phoebe Cates made a film called, I think it's called Paradise. It was one of her early movies where she gets completely naked.
What?
Yeah, that's all I got. I just kind of lost my train of thought there.
You go,
Yeah.
rest in peace.
Lost my
Dick
train of
Miller.
thought.
Yes.
Yes.
And wait, so you don't like Phoebe Cates, Melvin? Is she mid?
Oh, Phoebe Cates is prison time.
At that point, yeah.
Uh,
Not anymore.
Gremlins is a good movie. It might be in my top 10 Christmas movies. I don't really have a top 10 Christmas movies, but if I was going to compile one, this would probably make it, I would think.
Okay. Price? I've asked you yet. I can't remember. I'm old.
Yeah, I like Gremlins a lot. I understand that maybe some of the effects haven't really held up, but for me, I'll always enjoy seeing Gizmo and the evil,
Gizmo.
the Stripe or whatever, the evil ones, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's a classic. I like this movie. I understand it. I haven't watched it in a minute, and I'm sure if I watched it, I'd be disappointed with the effects, just like Mega said. But you know what? It is a classic movie, and then I'll always have some fondness towards it.
I think for certain people of certain age, like myself, as I said, VHS tape to tape, taped it, seen it a lot of times, not seen it recently. So lots of nostalgia, I suppose.
You're very pirate. You were a pirate man, weren't you? Pirating these VHSs.
Back when we were.
Yeah.
Okay. Has everybody said something then? Yes. Yeah. Okay. There is a poll running, folks. Vote for the winner of Best Christmas Movie. Options: Die Hard, Batman Returns, Muppets Christmas Carol, and Gremlins. We'll leave it running for a bit, yes. And we'll do the winner towards the end of the stream. Shall we do the rest of 2024 then, yeah?
Yeah.
Deadpool, Wolverine. A movie we were all looking forward to, I feel. Who would
I
like to
liked
go
it.
Yeah? Do you want to go first then?
I really did. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I thought it was funny. And I don't know. I didn't.
But is
I,
it
was
a
as good
Christmas
as-
movie, though?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a flashback scene. I don't know. I did like this movie. I thought the jokes landed very well. I liked that they were able to get in as many digs as they possibly could against Disney, because I didn't think that was going to be possible, and they did it anyway. So, did I like it as much as the first one? Nah. But did I like it? Yeah, I did. I thought it was really funny. And it was kind of surprising when I heard other people that didn't like it. Because I was like, are you crazy? That opening scene of him smashing all those TSA guards or TVA guards or whatever they're called, with the Wolverine skeleton. Fuck yeah, that was great.
Fuck yeah.
I laughed my ass off in this movie. I did. And happily watched it again when it came on streaming.
I've only seen it once. Never got around to watching it. I think I've got it on my computer. Ian?
I really enjoyed it. I had to go and see it, 4 times because my nieces loved this film. In fact, Jamie, who's my niece, she went as what do you call it, X5, or his daughter, because she loves doing cosplay, and it was
X-23.
Yeah, she went as
Laura.
that. Yeah, she was going to go as Wolverine, but I said, "You look nothing like him. You might as well go as." And she does look like that girl. So, so she went as that. But I after the 3rd screening of this film, I got bored with it. But so they loved every moment of it. Every time we went to see it, saw it 4 times. They laughed at every joke, and they love it for reasons I can't fathom. But I did enjoy it when I first saw it. 2nd time round, it was like okay. 3rd time round, I was almost asleep, and the 4th time round, I just thought, "Come on now, can we stop? Can we stop going to see this film now?" But again, right, it is a good film. It's very funny. They took a lot of digs. It was really good to see Wesley Snipes back.
Oh, fantastic!
And
oh my gosh, the theater that I was in, it just went nuts.
Yeah, read the room, he says. So I just hope that they actually pick him up to come back as Blade.
I hope so.
Yeah. But anyway, that's me.
Prof?
I had a great deal of fun watching this movie. Probably the most fun I had in the theater this last year. It was extremely funny, And yeah, all the references and the digs at Disney and Marvel and everything that was there. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed myself. If you wanted to try and tear this apart, if you wanted to look at it as, a piece of cinema, you want to start looking at the plot, yeah, it's going to fall apart every time. Because the plot is nonsense.
No,
it's completely ridiculous. But you also have a character who can talk. He can break the fourth wall and talk to the audience. So this is clearly not meant to be a piece of serious cinema.
Right.
It's a silly film. It's meant to be fun. It's meant to be something that you go to the theater and have a good laugh. And for that, it did its job and it did it pretty well. Not my favorite of the Deadpool films, but still a lot of fun.
Fugus
Agreed.
Bassoon. It's cosplay broke back.
Oh, jeez.
I can't quit you.
Yeah, the fight in the minivan or in the car when they're fighting with each other, that was hilarious.
No, like Panto Wrench, by the way. Yeah,
It is a good film.
Melvin,
What can I say about this? Jesus God Almighty.
is it a Christmas movie? I cracked that one before, but we'll crack it
Well,
again.
he's kind of dressed in red, kind of Santa Claus-y, I suppose.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And the background is white, so that could be taken as snow. We're on the way, right?
Yeah.
This, I don't know. I think the chat's gonna turn on me here. This was fucking stupid. Here's Deadpool 1, right? He's a bit silly and he's a bit gay and he makes some silly jokes and he talks to the camera sometimes, right? Here's Deadpool 2. He talks to the camera sometimes and he's a bit gay and he's a bit silly, right? And Deadpool 3 is the exact same thing, except he ramped it up to like 150%. And he wouldn't shut up, and he was so fucking annoying that when Wolverine lost his temper and wanted to kill him, I wanted to kill him as well.
Damn.
It's like he tried to steal every scene by acting like a fuckwit, and it was so annoying. Yeah. Well, what can I say?
There you go.
It did have some good moments in it, but it was Member Berries and Ryan Reynolds acting like
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah. Ryan Reynolds plays Ryan Reynolds in this film. He's a fuckwit. I'm sick looking at him.
Okay.
I hope a satellite falls on his head.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
Deadpool. That's Deadpool's character in the comics, though. That's the reason why he was so right for the role, because they both have the same sense of humor, the comics and him. So,
I mean, he's the merc with the mouth.
yes,
Yeah.
Price,
you
have
know-
you been yet? I can't remember.
They could have had some balance, and they could have been them up with the mouth, and not been so annoying. They could have, let Wolverine steal a scene.
but there were
let
loads of
something else happen.
scenes Wolverine did steal, though, in my opinion.
Was
I
it?
thought
Well,
he
and
was
then-
really
but-
good. Yeah.
And they're also supposed to be a dyad. He's the straight man,
Yes, he is.
and Deadpool is the one who's
The
making
idiot.
all the jokes.
Comic relief.
That's
Yeah.
that's how it works.
Yeah, they weren't funny though. That's the thing. It was just being an idiot.
You weren't grumpy, were you?
What?
Sorry,
You weren't grumpy when you went to see it.
not at all.
Oh, okay.
It was entertaining, but
Yeah.
it was in spite of him rather than because of him.
Okay. Price.
I mean, I have the same thought here that the first Deadpool is probably the best one,
Really good.
and I even probably like the second one. I thought that it was
Nice
better than
moments.
this. It tells a better story, especially the first one, and I think that those movies may hold up better long term. Like if I throw the first one on now, I still think it holds up as a good movie.
Oh, it does.
But I think
agree.
I think that this one, most of the jokes, whether you like them or not, very much feel like jokes of the moment.
Yes, I
Mocking
agree.
Disney with the Fox sale and all that stuff. It's interesting to see it, and there were parts of it that made me laugh more. Some of them I thought were kind of dumb, but I didn't suffer watching the movie. I got up, I thought, okay, that was rather enjoyable, but at the same time, I could recognize that it is the inferior out of the three Deadpool movies, in my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're right, and that this will
think-
not hold up to the
No.
test of time.
No, I
No.
agree with that sentiment. I still liked it. I still
Yeah.
had a good time with it.
It was probably a movie to try and keep everybody on side, if you know what I
Yeah.
mean. Okay. We've got super chat, folks, that I almost forgot. Atom Gray wrenched $2. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is a Xmas movie. Melvin?
Yeah, because it was shit. So yeah, a lot like Christmas.
Dear, oh dear.
Cheers, Atom. Okay. Shall we proceed then?
Proceed. Oh, God. This film's shit, isn't it?
Alien Romulus.
Shit.
Why all the negativity, Mega? You never hear me saying a film shit. You never hear that, right? You know that.
No, I didn't like this film. I mean, when I went to see it, I got some enjoyment out of it. It's one of those movies that you're hoodwinked when you go in. So because I wanted to see an alien film go back to its roots, I thought I went to cinema
We
and
were all
like
looking
I
forward
watched
to it, yeah.
it, and I thought, I enjoyed bits of what I watched, and then the ending came and I hated it. And then I come out to cinema thinking to myself, it was just okay. But now I look at it and I've watched it again. It is absolute shit.
Was it interference from Sir Ridley, do you think, that did for this?
Well, I don't know about that, but all I know is that when I look at it carefully, it was disappointment after disappointment after disappointment. Like I wanted to see the xenomorphs, but all we got was the face huggers. We didn't care about anyone. There's something in the water, you know what I mean? That kind of shit. And it's just the film doesn't work. For me, it just doesn't work. It's stupid beyond belief. As Melvin said, why didn't they just upgrade that stupid robot? Why didn't they upgrade it? You can upgrade your computer, but what, you can't upgrade this guy? Do you know what I mean? So it's just, when you think about it carefully, none of it makes any sense. And that stupid ending spoiled the whole film, in my opinion.
Another issue is I can't believe anybody would just leave that whole spaceship there and they would just find it like that. There's things that really just dumb, stupid things that are happening there. I like the idea. There were a few ideas that I didn't dislike. That she had the brother that was sort of the android. I thought that was interesting. There was something could have been done here. It just somehow, maybe the first act, I'm even thinking it's going to go in an interesting direction. But as the movie advances, and I saw it in the theater, I'm like, man, this is really going off a cliff.
But listen, right? If we as viewers could point out how the hell did they get the ship past any kind of security and fly up to that ship, and how comes the company didn't have people to salvage that ship?
True,
if we can point that out, how comes these fuckwits who actually made the film in the first place and wrote the script could not see that?
Well, that's the problem with the movie. It was poorly written.
Which means they're incompetent screenwriters, and
absolutely,
it's exactly what's on screen. So
once somebody told me that at the start of the movie they find the Nostromo and the alien from the end of the first film, I was like, no, thank you. That's incredibly. That got that thing like what?
Vaporized.
Three nukes went off in that thing. It would be vaporized. There'd be nothing left of it.
Well, not just that. There wouldn't be a debris field because the explosions like that, the debris would keep on moving through
space.
It
would move
in
forever.
every direction. Until it hit something.
Yeah, until it found some gravitational pull somewhere. It would not just. Yeah, it wouldn't just float into the atmosphere. This is
what I'm saying. If we as fans can point that out, they must be inept that they can't see this screenplay.
No, they don't care. The last thing they want to do is adhere to canon of any kind. They just want to make their silly movie and give you as many references as possible. You know, get their Timmy robot and they go get away from here, you be. You be.
You go, Aaron B. Hello, my friend, new face. Alien Romulus, like a BK value meal, took 2 sittings to get through. Damn.
Yeah, it was very stupid. And also my biggest beef about this film is I could not see those ships properly. When you watch Alien,
She
and
though.
ships. When you see Alien, you can see the beauty of the Nostromo. You can see it
Ugh.
land. The special effects are, even though they're Space 1999 effects, they're really good. They won an
Excellent,
Oscar for that.
practical,
Yeah, practical visual effects. When you watch this, everything is
Johnson.
dark. I couldn't tell you what shape either ships were because
Okay.
everything was bloody dark.
Okay, somebody's shouting at you, Ian. Vex Electronica wrenched, shouting.
Listen, but Vex, I'm going to get you a bar of soap for that mouth. I love it.
Anybody else? Anything to add?
I didn't see it, and I knew I would hate it, and that's why I didn't go.
I didn't like it.
I mean, I love Alien and I love Aliens, and I love them so much. They are two of my favorite movies in existence, and I know a lot about the film Aliens.
So do I, yeah.
This just looked so bad to me that, and again, these rebootings and retellings of my youth and childhood favorites like Alien and Aliens and all the Indiana Jones movies. I'm down to where, okay, so yeah, there's only 2 movies in existence for me now. There's Alien and Aliens, just like there's only 3 movies for Raiders now. There's Raiders, and Temple of Doom, and Last Crusade, and that's it. And Star Wars, it's the same thing. I just it just there's diminishing returns every single time, and I don't want to spend my money on it.
Yeah, Romulus was on YouTube at one point. I think I watched the first 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, and just thought, I can't be asked. So off.
Yeah.
Okay, which is a shame because there was a lot of goodwill towards Romulus.
Yeah.
A lot. The vibe was good towards it, but anyway, never mind. Romulus, everybody.
Oh, gold.
Move along.
Also, didn't go see it because
I didn't go see it either.
I saw
terrible.
I saw it. It was one of the worst movies of the year. Definitely, if there was like a contender for one of the top 3 bad movies of the year, this would have to be in that category.
Was it the worst?
I think that Madam Web would also have to be a part of that conversation. But if I had to say what I thought were the worst movies, worse like everything, like the it's not just that the story is bad or everything, just everything about them feels like it's a very poorly made movie. I'd say this one goes toe to toe with Madam Web.
Okay. I will say, folks, if you're not voted for the Christmas movie, please vote. I'm going to leave it up until the point where I'm ready to do it because I'll lose the result, you see. So I'll keep it running. Does anybody want anything to add? Shall we just move on, Crow? We all knew it was shit.
Yeah. I mean, I before watching this, I watched the original with Brandon Lee, and that one still holds up as kind of this grunge, cool movie that it's supposed to be. It feels so much more interesting and better executed, even though this one had so much better technology to work with. The original one still has sort of heart, whereas this one just is embarrassing. You're watching it and you're embarrassed for anybody that was involved in any aspect of this movie. And man, this love interest in the original one, I can't remember her name. The lady, what's her called? I can't remember the name. She dies. Basically, the movie starts and she's already dead in the original one. And then he becomes the Crow, and he wants to get his vengeance and all that stuff. In this movie, for like more than half of it, she's around and she's sort of the girl boss or I don't know what. And man, is it annoying. And he's such a simp, a stupid little shit. Like he's in some weird jail. They're in a co-ed jail together, and they both wear pink pajamas and stuff.
What?
I know this doesn't sound logical, but I'm telling you that they look like they're wearing like these kind of Hello Kitty pink pajamas in something that's supposed to be a jail. And then at some point they're like, we have to leave. So they're like, okay, let's leave the jail. And they just leave it. None of this makes sense. It's an awful movie. It's so awful.
I like Hello Kitty.
I like Hello Kitty more than I like this movie. Let me put it that way.
I'll take your word for it because I'm never going to see this film
Okay.
ever.
No.
Wait, I got something to throw in here, right? I said earlier that death is least funny when it happens to a hot female. But in this case, she looks like a fucking Romulan. So I'm fine with it.
Okay. So just ignore it, everybody. It does say season 1 on there. Apologies for that. Tulsa King season 2, then, folks. Who watched?
I did.
Just
good.
you.
Oh yes.
Nope,
It's
I
good.
did not.
It's good. It's good. I liked it.
We were all looking forward to Tulsa King season 2 a lot, weren't we?
Some of the episodes got dragged out, but majority
Yeah.
of it was entertaining. Very entertaining.
Now,
Yes.
my older brother watches Tulsa King, and the way he described it, it sounds like the stupidest thing ever made. He said Sylvester Stallone is this gangster who is supposed to be like in his 70s or something, right?
Yep.
And he goes into this place that's selling legal marijuana and demands a share of the business. And it's like, you could do that if you were a gangster and they were illegal. Maybe you could do it like that. But they're just going to call the police and then you're done, right? You can't walk into a legal business and demand half of it. It's not the 1930s.
Well, if you watched it, you realise what was going on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
a
more complicated
legal dispensary, but there's other things
But
going
there's-
on there
yeah,
that they
yeah,
can't bring the
right.
police into.
Yeah.
So eventually you figure out that why they're in such a tough spot, and so
And the show is fun. I mean, sometimes you
Yes.
watch a show and it could be a little bit fun, and you could suspend a bit of disbelief if it's a fun show to watch. And
Yeah.
I think that Tulsa King definitely has that quality. It's not that every single thing that happens there is necessarily realistic, as much as it's just enjoyable to watch because there's a lot of things to like about it. I will say that I thought that the first season was better than the second one,
Yeah.
but I still enjoyed the second one.
Yeah.
yeah.
But the thing
I
is,
agree.
though, it's Sylvester Stallone that carries the whole thing. And again, right, the way your brother described that sequence,
Well,
there's more to it than that, you know. So
He said he liked it though, but it just sounded stupid to me.
well, you should investigate these things before you.
Like
call
I'm
things
just going to walk
stupid.
into Butch the chemist, you know. Walk to Butch the chemist and demand half the business. It's just not going to happen.
You can because you can just tell them, look, you'll either give me half the business or I'll tell everybody about that Christmas advert. That's what you
Yeah.
can say.
Or if Butch the
Melvin-
chemist was also involved in a couple of other illegal things that they didn't want anyone to know about, and the guy coming in told you your choices were give me half your business or I'm going to blow your brains out, then it would be different.
Yeah, you would talk nice because like you know it's like when you had that knife earlier. It's like that, you know. You're going to talk nice until he leaves,
Look,
right? And then you're going to call the cops.
This so you consider the show kind of like Haley Atwell, right?
He hasn't even seen it. He can't comment.
I've never watched it.
Super
It just
chat,
sounds-
if I may, folks. Romeo Tango November Zulu Reg Roller Sport, $2 New Zealand dollars. Chuck Norris can cut through a hot knife with butter.
yeah, you better believe it.
Yeah. Okay, Melvin, you need to check it out, mate. It's good. It's a good series. It's really good.
I don't want to see an 80-year-old guy with a hair transplant walking up. And I'm not interested.
Stop.
I'm not interested.
Stop. This
You
is
can
a,
see
this
that,
is a-
that really horrendous hair transplant. He just went too far with it, didn't he?
I
it
think
was
I
a
need to-
really
It looks like it's been stitched on.
we need to check out Landman as well. It's one for the watch.
I've been enjoying Landman. It's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
It's not. I still have to see where they're going with it, but it's pretty interesting. I don't dislike it.
Or what you can do is watch Dixon Hell's channel. It's got a lot of good films on there.
Oh,
It's
nice
got
plug,
Spider-Man.
nice plug.
Yeah.
It's got the Vampire Bat. It's got Long John Silver. Man, these
I'll
movies
have
are great.
to check it out. I'll have
They
to-
are great. I will defend
Check
them.
it
I
out.
think they are great.
Check it out. That's all I can say.
Okay, let's move on then. Tulsa King's great, everybody. It's great.
Melvin doesn't rate it though.
Speaking of something great, this is just the greatest series. I'm just kidding. This is terrible.
No, this I think we all can agree is terrible.
Yeah.
I actually, unfortunately, watched every episode
Rings
of
of
the
Power a
second
bit.
season because I have that stream I do with Erwin with Nerd Wars and Angry Badger, and they made me watch it, and every week I suffered.
Oof.
I would never
So
watch
much
it.
suffering watching this show.
I've never watched this. Never, ever in a million
Nope.
years would I watch something like this.
Is
I
it-
don't hate watch
No.
stuff because
I don't.
I don't have a channel. I don't have to hate watch stuff. I just watch things that I like.
It wasn't even a matter of hate watching. I actually elected to skip this, even for the hate watching. It's just that they wanted to have a conversation about it every week, and I couldn't. I didn't want to be like a poor sport. What am I looking for? I don't know what.
What? Every time Ian asked me to watch that stupid kids film, Star Wars kids thing, I said no.
I watch
said
that
no.
every week.
That's all we have to say is
I
no.
watch that crap every week. No, I mean, if I'm committed to a stream and I said I would watch something, then I try to do it if
He's
I
a
can.
professional, Ian. You could learn something from Pride.
Bollocks.
I mean,
Bollocks.
once in a while, maybe there's something that I'll miss, but I said I would watch it, so I did. And yeah, I mean, I suffered, but we had some interesting conversation. I also suffered through that stupid Skeleton Crew until now. I've
That's
seen
what I was
every
talking
single
about,
episode of
yeah.
that.
Oh yeah.
Have you?
Whoa.
Good luck with that.
I'm 3
watching
episodes behind. I've got to do the slides this
I
week.
cannot be asked.
I only did I did a proper review for the first and second episode, and that one some
Ugh.
people actually watched it. And then I did a review for episode 3, and it was my worst performing video.
Is anybody
in-
actually still watching?
Right, so it was my worst performing video in years. So I just said to myself, I think nobody's watching this, because if you do a video and nobody is like interested in that subject at all,
Yeah.
I think that the only people who were watching it was us.
Yeah. Nobody's watching it. Nobody cares.
We're watching it in order to talk about it on a stream, but
That's
like
it.
no no normie, no regular person that just has Disney Plus is watching that show.
Yep.
Okay.
Nope.
Anything
not.
to add about the Rangs of Power then, everybody? It needs to be cancelled, doesn't
Just dreadful. It's so
I-
bad.
I
If
have
you-
only caught clips of it here and there, and it looks so bad.
Bad.
It looks dull. It looks poorly written. It doesn't. The stuff that I
Shucks.
have seen, it just looks nonsensical, and it does such a huge disservice to Tolkien.
Mm.
it?
And I'm not the biggest Tolkien fan, but why? Why would you do this
it's a
if you are a
disrespect
fan?
to the source
Yeah.
material, isn't
Oh,
it?
it's
Yeah.
vile.
We've got super chat, folks. We'll do the movie, the best Christmas movie, in a moment. Sly Jester, $5 is a better discussion than ROP. What's everybody's favorite cold weather meal? Mine is baked potato with chili, cheese, and sour cream.
Cold. You can eat that cold?
It needs coleslaw, that I will say,
Oh,
but
God, that
very
was
nice.
disgusting if it's cold.
It means
No.
eat when it's cold.
During
When-
cold
Oh,
weather.
God,
When it's
no.
cold out.
Oh, when it's cold out. Yeah, no. I love
just-
chili.
Ideally, you do eat it warm, yes.
I just made like a couple days ago. I made a pot of the best potato soup I've ever made in my entire life. It was
Wow.
so delicious.
Making me hungry.
I am a soup fan. I love any kind of soup for cold weather meals. But yeah, the potato soup
I
that
like
I made
I like
was
stew and dumplings if it's homemade.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else favorite?
I don't want to be so crude and vulgar with Barbara here, so I'm not going to say, but use your imagination.
ha ha ha.
Mm-hmm.
I don't-
See what it did? See what it did?
I see what you did there. Gosh, thanks, Melvin. My delicate senses well protected now.
I love a nice warm bowl of chili.
Oh, I love
Nice
chili.
hot bowl of
it's,
chili.
yeah.
It's one of my favorite cold
Chili
weather meals.
coleslaw is fantastic. Anything
Yeah,
like
it
that.
is.
Around here, people serve chili with cinnamon rolls. It's the weirdest thing.
What?
Yeah, you'll go
I
to hell.
don't get it.
Oh,
I don't get it.
Chili
It was-
is Columbo's
no.
favorite dish, isn't it? Chili.
Mhm.
Mhm.
You know something, Brown? You're getting so much interaction from the chat here. You
I
should
know,
do a
but-
stream just about soup.
Yes. Favorite soups. Favorite toppings for soups.
Mm.
Your top 10 soup ingredients.
What do you like? Do you
Shall
like
we do a
slice of
poll?
bread or
Yeah.
bread roll?
Should we do a poll? Anybody else then before we move on?
Nope.
Okay, let's move on then. I'm going to close the poll. 95 votes, which is pretty impressive, isn't it? So
Well,
I'm
we
going to
need 100.
Yeah, you got 108 people watching.
Okay, listen, we
Get
need.
it in there. Come on,
If
people.
we can do 100 votes, which will be mightily
5
impressive,
more.
Everybody
close.
use your stock accounts.
Swappers is not here, which is probably why we're 50 down. Everybody voted on the panel. Are we able to? I can't.
I did.
I did.
Mine was a
Pretty
protest
obvious
vote.
what's gonna win. Come
If
on.
some people are watching this on smartphones, they won't be able to vote. Oh, 96.
I
It's pretty
voted on my
obvious who's
smartphone.
going to win.
97.
Okay.
Pretty
We'll do
obvious.
the next. Terminator Zero.
98.
Who watched Terminator Zero?
Yeah,
Sorry,
first
go on.
episode, that was enough for me.
I meant to, and then I just never got around to it.
I watched
It
2
looked
episodes.
interesting. I don't know.
I watched the first 2 episodes, but then I lost interest because it didn't feel like Terminator to me. It was some weird thing. They're in Japan. I don't know what they wanted, and I'm just like, I don't feel like watching it.
Was it a whatever?
That's exactly what it was, yeah.
Yeah, I watched it. It was meh. It wasn't. Everybody raved about it like it was something great. Like it probably was the best Terminator film for years, but it wasn't that good. And it kind of, like all the sequels did, it kind of breaks the timeline for what come before it. So
There's only 2 Terminator movies, 1 and 2.
Mhm.
All the
Yep.
rest
That's
I
it.
consider pieces of crap.
See, that's what I was talking about. There's only
Some people are like, but three is so good. No, 3 isn't good.
It's
I'm sorry, I don't care.
It's so, really?
I thought that the lady Terminator looked nice, but that's not enough for me to consider it a
She
movie.
didn't even have John Connor in it, proper one.
Right,
listen,
it was the phony John. The whole thing was annoying. Fuck that movie.
there might not be 2 Terminator movies though, because Terminator 2 kind of erased Terminator 1. Because
Really,
of the ending.
the real movie that's the best one out of all of them was Terminator 1. Terminator 2 had no legitimate right to exist. It's just that James Cameron did such a fantastic job with it that you kind of let it slide, that it's a rehash of the original, swapping a few different things, and you just kind of let it slide because of the Liquid Man and all this cool stuff that he really took to the next level. But honestly, only the first one is really a standout, timeless movie for me. The second one is nostalgia. The first one is a timeless classic.
Okay.
I agree.
I like the second one.
The first one is the best, easily. But
Well,
the
the
second
first
one,
one-
I would
second one is
agree
still
that the
good.
first one is good,
Yeah.
is the best. But I like the second one. And
Right,
anything
I
after
accept the
that
second
point
one.
is just
Special
It's
editions,
trash.
fantastic.
The first
I
one,
accept the
everybody
second
seems
one.
to forget that the first one was a science fiction horror.
Perfect.
And the second one
Yeah.
isn't a horror. The second one
No,
is an action
it-
adventure.
But just
Right.
like Alien and
Yeah,
Aliens.
just like Alien and
is-
Aliens.
Yeah.
It's fine. I can
accept.
accept, like I said, there's 2 Terminator movies, 1 and 2, and I accept the second one. I'm just saying that for me, the first one will still be the one that I feel more of a connection to, and the second one is one that I have a lot of fond feelings towards it, especially because, the time that it came out and the nostalgia around it. And I still think it's a pretty good movie, but after that, nothing. Not 3, not... one could argue that what was the one, Salvation? You could say that it's sort of a prequel. I don't think it really does anything for me one way or another. It's the least offensive out of all the movies that are not 1 and 2 is Salvation, but all the rest of them are unacceptable. And
Okay.
even Salvation is not one that I don't even think I've ever rewatched it once.
I was more of a dark fate man, but let's move on. I closed the poll. 105 watching, and we got 101 votes. That is good work, folks.
Oh,
So,
man. Melvin, you got cuffs. I love cuffs. I love that film. I'm going to watch
talking.
it.
Okay, so
Sorry.
you will be. Okay, so the question was vote for the winner of the best Christmas movie. Poll complete, 101 votes, which is mightily impressive. Last place, Gremlins, 11%. Last place, Joint. So it's third, technically. Batman Returns. So Joint third, Batman Returns with 11, and Gremlins with 11. The runner-up, this surprised me actually, Die Hard, 34%.
What?
Wow.
So the winner is Muppets Christmas Carol
Wow.
with 41. So that's best Christmas movie, folks.
Bloody hell.
Yay.
Never saw
Bloody
that
hell.
coming. Never saw that coming.
Bloody hell.
Mm.
Yay.
Hey,
Yay. I'm happy with
Yay.
it. I'm happy
Deserving-
with the result.
a deserving
yeah.
winner.
Deserved, yeah.
yeah.
Deserved, yeah. Democracy prevailed again, everybody. Okay. Shall we
Democracy manifest.
shall we move on?
Move on. Oh no.
Nope. Couldn't get
Oh,
through
no.
10 minutes of it.
Wow.
It was all right. I just didn't think it was necessary.
Beetlejuice,
all.
everybody.
Yeah.
We tried.
It was mediocre.
Adam and I sat down and we tried. And because I don't know if how many people know the story, but Adam and I owe the movie Beetlejuice a lot to the fact that we're married now. But we tried with Beetlejuice, and we couldn't even get through 10 minutes of it, and we shut it off.
Damn.
Yeah.
Good, yes. Good, yes. Would it have been Divorce if you watched it? Is it that bad?
It would have been bad if he said he liked it.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I watched it and I thought it was mediocre. It wasn't the worst movie I'd ever seen, but if the original movie is sort of a classic and it's a really good movie, this one is, I would say, mediocre.
Not even Monica Bellucci could have saved this movie.
I've not even seen the first one. Don't care for it at all.
The first one I thought was good. I've always liked the first one. The second one just, if you want that atmosphere, if you enjoy the characters and the atmosphere, there's something to enjoy here. But when it comes to the writing, the screenplay, so weak. Michael Keaton really brings his A game acting wise, but the screenplay really fails him.
Yep.
Yeah. it
Okay.
just-
On that bombshell, then let's just.
I never saw this. Is it good? Anyone?
I thought it was pretty decent. I
On the hard
watched it,
drive,
and
not got around to watching it.
I
I
watched
haven't
it.
watched it either.
I watched it and I thought it was pretty good. I thought that he made a lot of interesting points. It's not perfect. It's not like a perfect movie, but I would say that I don't see many other people making a movie like this, and the fact that he made it and has the type of audience and platform that he does, and he made this thing and really worked hard to push it into some theaters. I think that it was an interesting movie. It was sort of eye-opening movie for some people, not for me because I already know all this stuff, but I think that probably some more normie people watched it and thought to themselves, you know what, this guy's making some interesting points.
Okay. Anybody else?
I think Matt Walsh thinks he's a lot funnier than he actually is. He didn't tell us anything new.
Perhaps, yeah.
And he thinks he's hilarious when he's not really.
Yeah.
He was just being a bit of a kind of knob and pretending he was being clever. But we already knew all of this stuff. It's nothing new in there.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on then. That's I Am a Penguin.
Like the biscuit.
Yeah, this was good.
I heard it was
Is
good.
that it?
There you go,
Yes.
folks.
I mean,
it was
it's
good,
a show-
folks.
It's a show that I didn't especially ask for, and I was kind of begrudgingly watching it. But I do admit that once I sort of watched it, there was something to enjoy here. I know that some people don't like the sympathetic villain. I don't like it either. But I will say that in this show, in this rare occasion, they didn't really make him a sympathetic villain. He's just a villain, and it's a show about him. But
Right.
I feel like they didn't disrespect their audience's intelligence making this show. And it's better than that Batman movie with Pattinson that this is a spinoff of.
Who else
Yeah.
watched it? Prof, you,
Yes,
you were
very
you were a big
Yeah.
tanker of this.
Very good show. Very well told story. Some fantastic makeup and then acting from Colin Farrell in playing the Penguin. Really surprised me. I was not expecting to like this, honestly. I did not like the Batman. I thought it was dull. It was overlong.
I think
I
that's
did
why I
not.
didn't want to watch it.
Yeah.
It's because I thought the Batman was
Yeah.
really dull.
Well,
And
yeah.
even though Colin Farrell was great in it, and I just still, it's one of the reasons why I was so put off with wanting to watch this show.
Yeah. Yeah. But it ends up with some great performances and a really well told story. Again, a big surprise to me. I was not expecting to see that. But yeah.
Everybody
Tapping.
liked this show.
Tapping.
I don't know who's tapping. Everybody likes this show, including Gary from Nerd Erotic. I will not watch this because there's some kind of agenda happening with Hollywood, and they're pushing bad guys for some reason into movies and TV shows. So fuck this. I will not watch it.
Everybody was falling over each
have
other
to
with this.
say-
film.
I don't think that this is the classic
I
case.
agree with Ian.
I
I'm
agree
so
with the both of you.
tired of them pushing in a narrative of making a sympathetic bad guy.
But here's
Why
what
can't the bad guy just be the bad guy?
Here's what I have to say, though. I agree with both of you 100%, and I would be saying the same thing. But I watched it, and I think that in this case, they didn't do that. I know what you guys don't like, and I don't like it either. If you watch this whole thing, I don't see how there's a way you watch this series and think, oh, this guy is such a sympathetic villain.
That's not it. That's not what we're saying. What we're saying is that Hollywood now seems to want to say that bad guys, it all starts in pop culture and books. Just like the Germans were burning all the books because they didn't want history or didn't want people to be the way that they don't want them. This is what they're doing to the pop culture thing. They know that if they eliminate good stuff and try and put bad guys above the good guys. Let me ask you a question, right? They spent X amount of money on this. Why didn't they make a Robin film or a Bat or I don't know, some other hero that's in the DC thing? They chose a villain, just like they chose Wicked, just like they chose what's that one?
Well, they made a Batgirl
Maleficent.
Again, but
the agenda is running through Hollywood with this rubbish.
I agree with you, but
doesn't matter how good it is, I will not.
The agenda is strong with this one.
But I think that in this case, I still have something to say here. That in Wicked, I agree with you, because in Wicked, what they did was they take the person that's considered bad and they try to spin it as if she's good. In this show, you watch it, and I think as it goes forward, you really understand why Penguin is the villain and why by the end of it, you're hoping Batman will show up and kick his ass. And if they manage to do that, I don't think that they betrayed the idea that he's a bad guy. Whether or not they could have made a show about a good guy, that's a point that I can accept. I never asked for this Penguin show, but I will say that I watched it, and it didn't do that thing that annoys me that so many of these other prop IPs do. Otherwise, if we weren't in this era that we're in, it could have been just an offbeat, interesting character study.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going on.
It's not a Wicked, it's not a Maleficent where we're made to understand the background of this person and why they should be, sympathized with and whatever. In the end, he's vile. I mean, this is basically a mob story. It's basically a story about a mobster, and you don't see, you don't watch something like Goodfellas and come out at the end going, well, I feel so sympathetic to that guy. No, he's awful. He did awful things, and ended up,
it's still coming though, because for season 2. So that's what I'm saying. They've opened the door now.
He's pretty vile at the end of the show. He's awful.
He was nice. I saw one episode. He was nice to the guy.
He's not a bad
guy, wasn't he?
Is he really?
Wasn't he? Wasn't he? He was nice to the black guy.
Well, he took him under his wing as a new mobster. And then in the
no, we don't spoil anything.
But
I'm just going to say that whatever you're thinking is not. It doesn't play out the way you think.
It doesn't matter. I will not watch this because
you don't have to watch it, Ian.
You don't have to watch it. I'm not forcing you. The only
thing
I'm
trying to tell you.
Fight!
No. I understand.
It's not Wicked. All I'm saying is it's not Wicked. You could watch it, you could not watch it, but it's not Wicked.
Watch out! He's got a knife.
Price, I totally understand what you're saying, and God bless you and all that, but I will not.
You're wrong.
Watch this. No, he's not wrong. Nobody's wrong in this situation. No. I just think that Hollywood is playing this stupid game where you're not allowed to have pretty people on screen. You're not allowed to have a masculine man. You're not allowed to have heroes anymore. Look at the new Superman that's happening. That guy who looks like a simp. He doesn't look like Superman at all. You're not allowed to have sexy women on screen. All this agenda that's playing through, and this is one of them, and I will not be part of it. Sorry. Bye-bye.
Boom. Have that. Let's move on.
Oh God!
This was
Don't get me
awful, yeah.
started.
What were you talking about, Ian? About sympathetic villains and making them the center of projects and
I didn't get to say my say about the penguin.
Oh, what did you want to say about the penguin? It's mid.
No, I didn't watch it, so
Oh,
Bastard. Everybody's saying let Ian cook.
No, look. I'm very strong about this.
We know you are.
It's all down to my Catholic roots. That's the thing, you see, and I actually believe that some of this is evil. When you're trying to convince children about cutting stuff off them and all that nonsense, it's just evil. It's evil.
It
Do you know what
is.
I mean? It's
the only
all
reason I was
baked into
arguing-
this nonsense.
the
All
only
of it.
reason I was pushing back is because I actually agree with everything that you said, except for I actually watched the thing and I didn't feel that it so conveniently slipped into that specific
doesn't.
agenda. But all the other stuff you said about any other property, I probably would have accepted it, including for this Agatha All Along, which is also shit.
Fair enough.
Okay.
I watched all of
That's-
Agatha All Along, also for that Irwin. Irwin makes me watch crap. Now that I think about it, I watched that whole thing too.
Okay.
It was awful.
Let's move on. Very divisive is Penguin.
No, we're already at Agatha All Along.
okay, right, okay. Can we all agree? Can we all agree?
Yes, it's shit.
Yes.
This is an ugly bitch.
yeah,
Oh, God.
and this is the worst thing that Marvel has put out, and that's
Is
hard to
it?
say. It's an abomination.
I
It's
watched the
terrible.
first episode.
As far
and that
as
was it for
television
me.
goes, yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's the worst thing that they put out, but it's bad.
It's
I thought-
incredibly stupid. Every episode just looks like it was
Yeah.
filmed on
The CW lot.
on the back lot. Every episode happens inside a house for some reason. It's incredibly dumb.
Also,
And-
I've been noticing, right, just going slightly off subject, I've been noticing that they've been promoting that woman that's in Wicked. There's loads of pictures of her. On the
oh, she's
internet.
everywhere. They really want her to be
And
a
do you
big
know
star,
what,
and it's not
right?
going to happen.
She's
I'm
awful,
sorry,
awful.
right, but compared to, she's ugly. I'm sorry, but
She
you
is.
can't look at her and say she's gorgeous. Do you know what I mean? She isn't. She's horrible. Do you know? I mean,
I don't
physically,
even think she's.
she might be a nice person, but
Well, is
physically,
she?
she's
Wait,
not.
are we talking about the Wicked Lady or Agatha?
Yeah,
we'll get to her in a
Wicked
bit.
Lady. The Wicked Lady.
Oh,
anyway,
Save
yeah,
it.
I went
you're-
on.
We'll get to her in a bit, mate.
There's certainly a bunch of ladies around that are not maybe up to Melvin's standards. That's for sure.
I don't know.
She's a man
Seriously.
of very, very
Maybe I
high
should shut
standards.
up.
No, in this case, I think I agree with Melvin to an extent, but you know what I'm saying.
Okay. Anything to add then? It was-
Oh, this is I actually sat down and I watched every single episode.
What?
Yes, I did. My son wanted to watch it, so I sat there. And
Otherwise,
watched
we
it
put you in a
with him.
body
Is he-
bag.
And
Is he still your son?
yes, he's still my son.
We put you in a body
Damn.
bag.
But it was so bad.
Rubbish.
I mean, there's no redeeming quality about this. There's no, oh, but they did this part right. Oh, or this character looked interesting. No, it was just bad. And what they did to my poor Aubrey Plaza, because I love her.
Oh,
it was
her husband
just
died.
terrible. Yeah.
Did you read about that?
Yeah, I did. I saw that
That's
today.
sad,
Whose
that was.
husband died?
Aubrey
Aubrey
Plaza's.
Plaza
Really?
over the weekend, yeah.
Oh.
Shame.
Um,
That's a
How?
So
Sold-
Johnny sweeps the leg, not me. Sorry.
Yeah.
shame.
And on that bombshell, we're gonna. move
Did you
on.
sweep his leg when he made you watch this show?
Okay. Megalopolis.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Remember,
This-
was it?
I was gonna go see it. And then-
Dan sent me a copy of this. I watched 5 minutes of it and turned it off. It was that bad. It really was.
It
Incredibly
looks
terrible.
like ass.
Man.
He looks like ass.
It just, and it came and went quickly, didn't it? For
Mm.
something that was supposed to be such a big deal.
Yeah. He burned what 200 million of his own money
Of his
on making
own
this.
money. Pulled
What's
off,
interesting
part of
is-
his
Damn.
winery or whatever.
Yeah, what was interesting is that they had a 15-minute standing ovation for the film when they was in Cannes.
Well,
And
everything
it just
does.
goes to show, doesn't it? Just goes to show
Yeah.
that
Well,
Didn't
they
they
had
do that
no
for
idea.
Dial of Destiny
Indiana.
as well?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dial of
Yeah,
Destiny.
they did. Yeah, they did. Yeah, so
I think
Megaplopolis.
at the time I was saying support this in terms of he's put his own money up, support
Yeah, I
it.
mean, kudos for him,
Yeah.
backing his own project. But boy, it is bad.
I
there's
actually
nothing that
I
looks
didn't
good
hate the
about it.
movie.
you didn't hate it?
I'll tell you what, it is a movie that, in my opinion, I could see a lot of influences like German expressionism, like French surrealism, and things like that. It looked like the work of somebody who enjoyed things that are ancient in classic cinema and sort of a love letter to that. It wasn't the type of movie that you make for the masses. It was something that if he had like $10 million and wanted to do some kind of passion vanity project, I think it
Yeah.
would have been fine. The fact that he spent so much money on making this grand movie
Damn.
that really most people, I can understand why they wouldn't connect with. I think that was a mistake. But personally, I appreciated his ambition, even though it's not the best movie. I also didn't think that it was as bad as people said, if you take into consideration what I believe he was trying to accomplish.
Well, but did you enjoy the film?
I was intrigued by it in the sense that I looked at it and I respect Francis Ford Coppola. He's a guy that takes a lot of swings, and I respected the swings, the creative swings that he was taking, as somebody that also studied cinema and knew some of this older cinema that he's kind of tipping the hat to. So I feel like I understood that. But at the same time, if I was honest, I'm not saying it was a slam dunk or a home run, but I appreciated his ambition and that he was so passionate about it that he spilled like all his money into it because that's how important it was for him. And later when he was interviewed, he's like, I don't care. I want to be able to die and say that I made the movie that I wanted to make. And you know what? The guy's like 84 years old. If this is what he wanted to do and this was his vision, I kind of respect it, even though I won't say that it's 100% my cup of tea.
Will it be a cult classic?
I think that over time people may look at it more fondly down the road when they look at the body of work of Francis Ford Coppola.
Yeah.
Some of his movies are going to be, timeless classics that'll be analyzed. Some of them will be seen as
And I think this one will be studied as what you shouldn't do.
maybe it will, maybe it won't, but I still think that I appreciated this movie more than, let's say, like a Madam Web or one of those like Crow movies. This was a guy that did have a vision. You may not like his vision. You may think it's stupid.
But
and what
did
he
you
did
enjoy it though when you were watching it? Did you enjoy the film?
I didn't have a bad time watching it. I kind of was sort of intrigued by it. That's the most I could say. That I appreciated certain aspects of it. I recognized flaws, but I appreciated the ambition. I looked at it more as the way I used to look in film school, these kind of older movies, trying to figure out what he was going for. And there were some of these kind of like Metropolis, like rules of the game, the Un Chien Andalou, things like that, which I feel like he was going for this surreal old school cinema thing, kind of in with modern technology. It's very ambitious. It may not be for everybody. It's probably not for most people, but I didn't hate it. I didn't get up and say I hated this movie. I got up and said it's intriguing. He took some big swings, very ambitious swings here, and I respect that.
It needs on the poster, I didn't hate it. Price of Reason. It'd have done $1 billion then. Okay.
How did you feel about John Voight and his boner? I mean, God, that's gross. I'm sorry.
I like that. I thought that was good.
God.
Make Rome great again.
I
Joker,
had something to
everybody.
say about
No,
yeah,
this was shit.
yeah.
This was shit. Yeah.
I didn't get my goal for Megalopolis. I didn't get my goal.
You didn't see it, and
I didn't see it, but I had something to say about it.
oh,
Go on then.
I have something to say.
He has something to say.
am with Price here. Here's Francis Ford Coppola, right? This is a man who's earned his stripes. He has made at least 3 movies that would be in the all-time top 20.
Yeah.
Right? And he's not calling anybody racist. He's not, saying
Fair
boys are
point.
girls. He's not.
Fair point.
He's not doing anything like that. He's put his money where his mouth is, and he's tried something different. and he missed. And not you don't get a home run in every game, but you can't knock him.
But should we have supported it?
It tried something new.
Should we have supported it?
But he shouldn't get
I don't know.
The drinker tried something. People supported it.
I don't
think he should get a pass because he's done things in the past. If the film is not good, it's not good.
Yeah,
Melvin, go on.
I think you shouldn't pay to see something you don't want to see, and that's fair enough, right? However, this guy does not deserve hate. He doesn't deserve shat on. This guy he got something wrong, but he got a lot of stuff right for years, and he's not your enemy. You have enemies in Hollywood, and this guy is not it.
Okay.
Well, I would not.
He shouldn't deserve a pass because he's done things in the past.
Well,
the question is the movie any good? And if the movie's not good, then it's not
It wasn't
good.
the worst movie I've seen. It wasn't the worst movie I've seen.
We know
didn't
that.
commit a crime. It's not a case of giving him a pass. He didn't commit a crime. If you didn't like the movie, that's fair enough, right?
Yeah.
But the amount of people shitting on him is just out of line.
Final thing I want to say.
The guy doesn't deserve it. He's trying something new, and there's so few people trying anything new.
He also didn't hijack anybody else's IP. It's not like he said, "No, I'm making Batman." You sat down to watch a Batman movie, and then you got this. He said, "This is something that I want to do. Like, this is my passion project. I want to do this." And he so strongly believes in his vision. I did feel like when I watched it, like it was a movie with a director that has a vision. You may not like that vision. You may think it's too far out there. Maybe it's too niche, and it's not worth putting all that money into it. And most people won't even like it or understand it or even try to understand it. But I appreciated that it was his own thing. It was his own creation.
Okay.
It could well be that in 20 years, 30 years time,
we'll still be talking about it on the stream.
People may be calling it like a work of genius or something, just not right now.
Speaking of work of genius,
this was awful.
Again, one I was looking forward to. Going to go see it. Enjoyed the first one. Then people said,
No, I didn't see this.
Anybody then?
This was awful. Yeah.
Nope.
Nope.
If you even mildly enjoyed the first Joker movie, this
first one was really good.
Yeah, this one takes anything that was enjoyable about that one and just takes a dump on it, takes a dump on you, and it pretty much mocks you that you even went to see this movie.
The question is,
I checked out when they cast Lady Gaga.
Yeah. But the question is, I've heard a lot of things. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, and then I'll let you talk. Oddly, Lady Gaga isn't what destroys this movie. It's the screenwriting and what happens in it. But go on.
No, I was just saying it makes you wonder what the intent was for this film, the director and Joaquin Phoenix. Because I don't know. Everything that I've heard, because I haven't seen it and I can't really comment, but I am going to comment. Everything I heard is that it's really awful. How can a man that made the first one, which the film was really good, the first one, in my opinion, and very enjoyable, and a fantastic performance by Joaquin, right? How could those two make this?
I can answer that.
Hasn't been asked.
I can answer. He had some success and got some money in his pocket, and his head disappeared up his backside.
Well, no, see, the wrong people liked the first movie. And that was not okay, and people didn't like him in Hollywood because the wrong people liked his movie. So he had to make a new movie that would piss off all those people that liked his first one so he could get back in their good graces. That's the only thing I can guess. That he had to appeal to the crowd in Hollywood by destroying the first film because the first film was too popular with the wrong people.
My theory is better. His head
I agree with I agree with the professor, but I'll add one thing. Maybe he thought to himself that if he adds Lady Gaga, makes it about toxic males and have them singing and dancing, then the critics will say, "Oh, this is so great! Finally, a worthy Joker movie." And then he'd go and he'd collect awards, and everybody would tell him how great he was. What he didn't realize is that they may not have liked the first one because it was quote unquote for toxic males, but it still didn't keep them from saying the second one was crap. Because Lady Gaga, music or not, it's just a really bad movie. So It was a lose-lose for him. He thought he was so wise and so clever, and he's going to give a middle finger to everybody, or to, like, you know, like you said, the toxic males. But at the end, I think it backfired.
It could have been a win. It could have been a win-win, and he just chose poorly.
He's just a jerk off. That's the truth. He's a jerk off that he didn't like that he was now, you know, because when it came out, I don't know if you remember the first Joker, the media were trying to tell people not to go to it because they said that it encouraged the bad thing, toxic masculinity and violence and guns and I don't know what. And then it became a big hit, and it was like, oh, by watching Joker, you're giving a middle finger to the establishment and the Hollywood establishment, and that's exactly not what he wanted. Okay. I think that he thought that he was doing something artsy, and he thought that people would, like, you know, sit there and clap and, like, you know, throw him a red carpet and give him violets and stuff. And at the end, what happened was that they all said he was terrible. So now he was trying to course correct, but he just didn't have anybody to course correct to. He sold out in the worst possible way.
The Hangover sequels suck too. Perhaps he can't do sequels.
Maybe he can do sequels too, yeah. Not a specialty.
Melvin, final comment.
Final comment. I didn't watch it, and had it not been a musical and had Lady Gaga not been in it, I still wouldn't have watched it. The film didn't need a sequel.
I agree with you.
No.
How much did it cost to make? 200 million, was it? And
to go out of the way to make such a shit sequel is just ridiculous.
Yeah, it was like a close to $300 million budget, and it's just.
How much did the first one cost? It was like something like 50, wasn't it, or something?
Yeah,
something low.
And the title is so pretentious. It's like, why don't you just call it Joker 2? You know what I mean? It's like, it's so pretentious. It's just the whole thing doesn't make any sense to me.
Let's move on.
Superman.
I feel this is only me, yes.
Yes, it's only you.
Yes, it's only
you.
you.
Token gesture from James Gunn, Superman and Lois, 10 episodes. Every single episode was a cracker. What's his name? Lex Luthor, the guy who played him. Lex Luthor, properly badass. The guy who plays Superman.
Ugly.
Fantastic. Best Superman since Reeve. I even like Lois Lane. The writing, because they'd only got 10 episodes, they weren't fucking about. God knows why they cancelled this in favour of what's to come. I kind of get the feeling they're going to regret it. This is going to be infinitely better than the Superman movie. Just great. One of the best programs to munch my toast in the morning too. So, yeah, really good, everybody. Superman and Lois.
Is munching your toast a metaphor for something?
No, just munching my toast.
Oh, God.
Venom.
Never saw it.
Part 3. Was it part 3?
I watched it.
Any good?
I'll put it this way. It's not necessarily a good movie, but I didn't suffer watching it. There was an element of fun to it, especially the third act, that I kind of, if you just sit there in the theater with the popcorn and you're looking at kind of dumb fun, I think that these movies provide something. They're rather forgettable, and I wouldn't say that it's great, but I wouldn't say it's a complete failure either.
I think the biggest thing they had going for it was Tom Hardy.
You're right.
Even he couldn't save it.
Maybe.
The first one was okay. I didn't hate the first one. It wasn't fantastic, but it was okay. And that's about as far as it goes. Like I said,
folks.
Tom Hardy is the only great thing about this, and even he can't save it.
He does bring an element, and he seems like he seems a lot older in this one. Like I don't know if he gained weight or what to say, but he looked like he was about 20 years older from between this one and the first movie. But he still brought some kind of fun element to it, and I still rather enjoyed at least the third act when there's all these kind of symbiotes or whatever it is. I thought it was kind of fun. It's really dumb fun. It's like a movie you're watching. You know this is like a B or C movie, but sometimes I'm in the mood for like a dumb movie. I can sit there. I knew what I was going into. I knew that this would be a dumb, fun movie, and it was exactly what I thought it would be. And sometimes that's okay too.
Sword and Storm wrenched. Can the panel name anything they thought was truly great in 2024?
Sure, I can do that.
Go on then.
Nosferatu was good, and Juror number 2 was pretty good.
Okay.
Juror number 2 was good. I haven't seen
Babs?
Nosferatu.
I thoroughly enjoyed Deadpool and Wolverine. I tried to watch Juror number 2, and again, I got about 20, 30 minutes into it,
Okay.
and I just went, nope, nope. And I generally like Clint Eastwood movies, but
Yeah.
that was a no for me. But, yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was good.
Melvin?
I didn't watch this. I checked out after the second one, which really.
No, I
wasn't
mean
very good.
your highlights for 2024.
Oh, highlights of 2024. Nothing really. I think. Well, we spoke about this last week. I think 2024 is the worst year for entertainment
Oh, God.
ever that I can remember. There's never been so many shit films and TV shows
Yeah,
released,
not good, was it?
and video games. Considering where the standard of video games should be, the shit they're releasing now.
Oh boy, Melvin, I think 2025 is going to hold 2024's beer.
Well,
Or the other way around. It's man, I am not excited for what's coming out this year.
My son used to really love to go through and look at all the Marvel lineups, right, that were coming for every stage or phase or whatever. And he was looking at it. He's like, "All of this looks bad. This looks terrible," and even he doesn't want to watch it.
Oh,
and and this is a kid that liked Kenobi, right? and even he took one look at the Acolyte and was just like, "This is garbage," and
it was.
right, because it was
Perceptive.
And so there's hardly anything out there that has any kind of real heart or depth to it that makes you want to.
Superman and Lois was like that this year. Really, really good.
So stuff from 2024 that really enjoyed. I loved the series Shogun. Enjoyed that greatly. It's a really good show.
Yeah.
Some great performances in it. Maybe not the best interpretation of Shogun ever. The 80s one certainly has some benefits, but I really did enjoy this version. And films, I was really surprised and enjoyed The Wild Robot. It's a kid's movie, sure, but it was really good. And family had a great time watching it, and it was a lot of fun.
Ian, favorite of 2024 that you enjoyed?
I don't know what came out in 2024.
Tasmanian Devil.
The Tasmanian Devil.
You did the noise then.
Yeah,
that's a joke. Moving on.
I don't know. I can't remember what was out on. Somebody remind me what was out in 2024. I can't even remember one.
I'm terrible at being put on the spot for things like that too.
Yeah,
that's what I like.
Tulsa
King, Superman and Lois.
Yeah,
kind of enjoyed Fallout. I know some of the purists didn't, but kind of enjoyed that. That's probably
Well, I liked Tulsa King. I thought that was really good, and I liked. I do like. Well, it did start last year, so I guess it counts. I do like the Dexter. The when he's a kid, Dexter. I like that. That was quite good. And what else? Deadpool versus Wolverine. I like that.
Heretic. You like that?
I liked Heretic was terrific.
Yeah. Oh, I watched Heretic after you told me to watch it.
Yeah. Do you think it was rubbish then?
No, I actually thought that maybe the first two acts were good, and the third one kind of wrapped up in a way that was a bit odd. Yes. But I thought I especially was impressed with Hugh Grant.
Oh God, yeah.
Who I think gave a fantastic performance.
I think we're going to get to that in a bit. We've got super chat. I can't remember if I've done it. I'll do it again. Romeo, Tango, November, Zulu, Wrench, World of Sport, $2 New Zealand dollars. Melvin's the voice of reason. Put him in charge.
He already is in charge.
He is in charge.
Melvin's the voice of reason. No, wait, my voice of reason has got his own voice. He hasn't got Melvin's voice.
He has now.
Well, I'm the price of reason, technically, and I guess the people in the chat here Don't
thought-
consider me the voice of reason.
I thought Common People was in charge. He owns the channel, right?
He does.
It does,
Yeah.
yeah. It does.
Okay, there you go. Heretic.
Heretic. Love this film. I totally agree with what Price was saying. It fell off the wagon towards the ending.
I
The
do want to
ending.
see this
See
movie.
a sword.
But seriously, anyone that says that Hugh Grant can't act, they should watch this film. His performance was stellar all the way through.
This is one of his best performances
It
ever,
is.
I think.
It
It was
is,
so
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it yet, and I've been meaning to, but I do think it looks interesting, and kudos for him for stepping out of his
Huge
wheelhouse
fan,
and trying something different. And from
Mm.
what I hear, he does a really amazing job,
Do you know in some horror films
like
or some
award level.
in some
coming.
horror films and some films like this, they rely on the horror or the jump scare, whatever. But what this film does that's very different, well, not very different from they have done it before, but what it does great in this film is they have dialogue, and the dialogue makes you feel uneasy because it starts off friendly and then it just goes into another area where you just feel uneasy. I don't know if you remember, Price, when they're
I
both sitting on
remember
the couch.
he's so
Yeah.
good. He's
Yeah.
so good at pretending to be nice, but that you understand
Yes.
that he's doing something
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
He's so good at that. And really the movie works. That's the main reason why the movie works.
Yeah.
He has these moments that he does this kind of thing as if he's like lighthearted and fun, but
Yeah.
every word and every sentence he said and something in his eyes, you could tell that he's not. And it's executed to perfection, I think.
Yeah, the actual tension between when they were talking the first time they started talking, he sounded nice, but then as they carried on talking, the dialogue is so good that you kind of you're on the edge. Do you know what I mean? And what he's
Right.
going to do, or did he mean that, or do you know what I mean? It's terrific performance. In fact, if they were giving out BAFTAs this year, they should give one to him. Man, he was so good, but they probably
Awesome.
won't. They
I
probably
agree.
won't.
They probably won't give him anything, but I
No.
actually think that this is an award-worthy performance. He was excellent in this.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's not black enough. He won't get an award.
Uh,
Basically.
anybody
So,
else?
Did he get a nomination for Golden Globe?
I don't
I
know.
swear I thought I saw that.
Possibly.
I
Yeah.
hope he did. I hope he
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, he did. He
Yeah.
did.
Oh, good.
Best
wow.
actor,
Okay.
comedy, variety. Hugh Grant,
Okay.
Heretic.
This
It
is
sounds
comedy
like we're
variety.
kind of
I would-
recommending Heretic.
Yeah,
Really.
I don't know about that, but
Okay.
yeah.
A recommendation, I feel.
Mm.
I haven't
Oh.
seen it, but it deserves a Grammy.
I know. I don't
Gladiator
see
11.
this
Who
film.
watched this one?
want
then?
to see this film. Don't want to see it. Don't want to see it.
It,
No
it
thanks.
tried to
Nope.
do what the first movie did, but it does everything less than the first one. And the entire premise of its existence annoys me because there's really no point to continue the story, especially, and
No.
sorry if I'm spoiling, the fact that the main guy is Maximus is supposed to be Maximus's son, which is a retcon, and that Connie
Right,
Nielsen put him on a horse and told him to get lost. That was so stupid. There's things here that are so dumb that you just can't overcome them, in my opinion.
This is
Yeah. Again, this is a movie that did not need to be made at all.
here's.
And,
I tried
sorry.
watching this, right? I tried.
um,
I didn't make it all the way through. It was so stupid. It was like even the fights. Okay, so it starts with this opening battle, right? Where the Romans are attacking this city from the sea, and they get in the city, and you got Pedro Pascal, and he's fighting people. So he's standing there, and he's got his armor and everything on, and he's got his sword, and the guy moves towards him, and he kind of ducks, moves past him, and he kind of taps him on the back with his sword, and the guy falls dead. You know, it's like they're playing like a game. It's like they're playing tag or something, and that's how the fights are going. You know. It's like it's nothing like a real fight, and it didn't improve from that. The dialogue was stupid, the story was stupid, the characters were stupid.
Well, that's probably why
And
I enjoyed it when I went to see it.
The whole thing where she sent her son away because he was in danger. At the end of Gladiator, he was never in less danger. He was in danger from Commodus, right? But with Commodus dead, she would have been in charge, and then her son was safe.
Right.
She should have sent him away while Commodus was still alive, because that's when he was in real danger.
Right, exactly. And the other thing is, and this also annoyed me, is okay. basically in the first Gladiator movie, and this is the way I can just destroy the second one in just 1 minute, and I'll explain it to you. At the end of the first Gladiator, he asks her, "Are you and your son safe?" And she says, "Yes," and then he dies. Now, the reason why this is relevant is because it's almost like he got a second chance. He couldn't save his own wife and kid, but he was able to save them, and there's a bit of a redemption, and now he sees his wife and kid in the afterlife. Now, in this movie, they basically claim that she knew, according to this new movie, that he was his son. But when he asked, "How's the boy? Is he okay?" she didn't say, "You saved him. You saved your son." She didn't even want him to know that it's his son. She said, "Yeah, he's safe. I'll see you later. Go. You can die now." And then he dies, and she never even said, "You just saved your son." Why would you not do that? If the man is dying, why wouldn't you say he was your son and you saved him? So the whole thing doesn't work for me. How could he be his son and she puts him on a horse and sends him away forever? It doesn't make it. It's the dumbest development ever.
Okay, answers on a postcard to Mr. Brown Alliance, the universe. Somewhere.
Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai. I've still not seen part 2 yet.
I think that this show is going to end, and it's good that it's ending. It probably could have ended a season ago, but I didn't mind. I don't mind it at this point because I enjoy the characters, and I still enjoy watching it. But the fact that it's winding down and wrapping up is a good thing because they couldn't continue this thing forever.
Yeah. It's good that it's wrapping up. I think you're right. I think they could have finished this up last season and had a nice ending to it. But finishing up this last season and they're mixing it up too. It's doing something a little bit different than all the previous seasons have done. Although it did get tiring. How it's like, oh, they've finally beaten Cobra Kai. Nope, they're back again. No, they've finally beaten Cobra Kai. Nope, they're back again. They finally beaten Cobra Kai. Nope, they're back again. It's just that got a little tiring.
What?
But Barbara, are you not going? Your son going to be upset when he doesn't have a job anymore?
Not really.
He's going to come through and he's going to sweep all the legs.
Melvin?
I think that it ran on for too long and every season was just a repeat of the season before. What season was it Thomas Ian Griffith showed up as the bad guy?
I think that was season 4.
Right, so that's I bailed out at the end of that season. That was enough for me because at the end of it goes on. The kids are all assholes. The story moves on. At the end, they have a big fight, and everybody's idiots, right? And then season 2 comes along, and everybody's going to do better, but the kids are all assholes. And at the end, they had a big fight, and then season 3 comes along, and everybody's going to do better, but the kids are all assholes. So in the end, they have a big fight.
And it's still kind of fun. I still enjoy it for whatever it is, but I think that season 1 was the best one.
Yeah, they should have done 5 seasons and just left it there.
When they finished off that season where they defeated Silver, that could have been the end of it, right?
Yeah.
Once Daniel does the crane kick and gets rid of Silver, I think that would have been a perfect ending.
Wrapped it up. But yeah.
For me, the only problem I had with this was the kung fu or the karate. I just thought it was awful. The choreographing was just terrible in my opinion. But apart from that, it was okay.
Let's move on then.
Oh, God.
Awful.
No,
Must we?
No, let's move on, shall
Mega
we?
Geek, you can say whatever you want now, and I agree with everything. Say all the stuff that you were saying about all Hollywood and whatever. I haven't
seen this film, and I don't want to see it.
I've seen it. I've seen it. It's awful.
You know,
I don't want to see this movie. The book is sitting on my bookcase in my living room. I loved the play. I don't have any desire to see this movie. The casting choices are not great to me. I'm sorry. Ariana Grande is not talented to me. Somebody please give that girl a sandwich, for Christ's sake. And I don't like...
I'll give her a hot dog.
Of course you will, Melvin.
Did I say that out loud?
No,
you just did.
There's zero interest in seeing this movie. And I, again, loved the play. Loved the soundtrack. I am a musical movie person. I love it.
I'm surprised Melvin likes Ariana Grande,
if I
honestly.
may, The
go on.
interviews made me feel
Yeah.
nauseous.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're so up
yeah.
their own bums,
Gross.
aren't they?
Just
These
Thank
actors.
you.
absolutely nauseating.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was a therapy session. It wasn't an interview.
Ugh.
It's
And
ridiculous.
then her flipping out over that fan made poster
Oh, get over yourself.
that was just supposed to look like the cover of the
Yeah.
book. It was just supposed to look like
It-
the
it
promotional
was
poster for the play.
show. Yeah.
You know, I saw this at a fan event. I saw it with it was me and a theater full of ladies.
Could you smell it?
If you wanted to see the true meaning of
Oh, the
suffering,
estrogen.
true meaning of suffering, it's me sitting in Wicked at this fan event. I was so annoyed because the ladies seemed so happy and I didn't know what they were happy about.
My sisters
Imagine-
liked it.
Very
My sisters
nauseating,
liked
not
it
like.
at all. I don't understand. I mean, like my sisters thought it was terrific. I mean, and my nieces, they loved the stage play or the stage musical,
Mhm.
whatever. They loved it, and they went to see this thing, and they liked it as well. But for me, it's not a movie I would go and see. I don't like musicals anyway.
The Broadway show, the Broadway soundtrack is
Mm.
great. It's great.
Mm.
And
I don't
you
like
know,
any of it. I'm kind of like Mega Geek here. I always, even before Hollywood became, woke or whatever you want to call it, this was sort of ground zero for that stupid thing. This is the first time where they took a book, where they took like The Wizard of Oz. Some guy wrote a book in 1990 something. His name is McGuire, whatever his name is. He was actually sort of a very progressive, far left guy that had his own agenda. He did a fan fiction of this stupid of like Wizard of Oz.
he did a couple of them because there's a Wicked Stepsister one too.
Initially, he sold 5 copies, but what happened was about like 8 years later or something like that, some Broadway producer accidentally bought his crappy book, read it, and said, wow, what if I made it, kind of covered up some of the agenda a bit and had people singing stupid songs and dance and doing some crap on some shitty stage, then maybe people will like it and I can sell it to women and to men who like men. So that's how it became a thing on Broadway, which is perfectly
Jeez.
fine. It's perfectly fine for a stupid Broadway thing. That's where
Boom.
it should have
Have
stayed.
that.
The problem is when they made a movie out of it and the way they marketed it, they wanted to tell people, a lot of normies that don't even know anything about the play, that this is a true, legitimate prequel to the 1939 movie. They use
It is
imagery
not.
that reminds you of that movie, and they're really going for that. And that's my issue, because this has nothing to do with that movie.
No.
This is some stupid agenda-driven crap, and I absolutely disliked it.
But other than that, you liked it, yes? You enjoyed
It
it.
was awful. It was awful. And there were ladies, and the ladies were laughing at things that weren't jokes. I don't know what they were laughing at. I wanted to ask them what they were laughing at, but it would have been rude. It's their stupid fan event. So you had a bunch of ladies giggling even when no joke was being told.
On that bombshell.
Yeah.
Ariana Grande. I seen some pictures online on Twitter today, and she looks sick. She's so skinny.
Yeah, she's so
She does
rail
indeed.
thin.
It's
There
not good, is it?
does something.
I mean, I noticed it before, but the pictures I've seen today, she looks like she's dying or something, and she also looks like she's had some kind of cosmetic surgery.
She
because her
denies
face-
it, though.
Her face seems stretched back the way. It's like somebody took her ears and tied them behind her head.
Like she's got a zip tie on the crown. Okay.
But if you go back like 6 years ago, she was beautiful, but now she looks like she's dying.
Yeah. Okay, let's proceed.
No,
Nope.
thank you.
June. Or was
I
it
don't know anyone
June?
that's seen this.
Nobody watched it.
I didn't watch it.
Nobody watched it.
It's
I'm
got a
like Mega
second
Geek
season.
here.
It's got a second season.
I don't know. I'm like Mega Geek. I looked at the poster and I didn't watch it.
Yeah, no thanks.
Same here.
Especially after-
Tutti.
Especially after the
This
second
week.
part of Dune was so bad.
I was kind of interested in this because it had Mark Strong in it, and all the reviews said it was shite. So I thought that. Okay, fuck that. Let's move on then.
Professor.
Move on.
I've watched all the episodes of this Skeleton Crew.
So have I.
I've watched the first 3. I've got 3 to catch up on. And
Yeah.
produce slides.
I mean, the only silver lining it can look at is that it's better than The Acolyte. It's better than Book of Boba Fett. It's better than, I don't know what, than Ahsoka. But at the same time, none of those shows were any good. So Maybe it's even better than Obi-Wan, but all these things are crap. So it's like it's a little less crap than all the crappy ones, but it's nothing that I would recommend to anybody. It's crap. It's also crap.
The problem with it is it's not good enough to be good, and it's not bad enough to be funny.
Exactly. I agree with you, Melvin.
Wednesday. When will you be roasting? Wednesday, I feel.
It's like talking about which STD you'd rather have. It's not good.
God!
Just because it's not as bad as the other ones doesn't mean that it's still something you want to watch.
Nobody's watching it at all, are they?
If I might.
Go on.
Chlamydia.
Yeah, you're probably right. Chlamydia.
I'd rather catch an STD than watch this.
You heard it here first. Melvin would rather have the clap than
Can you
watch
get an
the
STD from your hand?
Well, I mean, look, if you're a man, chlamydia apparently doesn't have any symptoms. So you're okay.
Is anybody still watching this in the chat? Skeleton Crew, anybody? Should we do a poll?
What's the best STD? Do a poll.
Chlamydia, thrush, gonorrhea,
AIDS. I don't think AIDS is going to do well.
Oh, somebody's a sucker. Obi Stonks Kenobi. Damn
Yeah,
you!
and
Damn
I think the latest episode of it might be the worst one. It's bad.
Oh,
Can't be asked.
Yeah.
think of me this week when I produce slides. Everybody, just think of me. Fucking, that's going to be a chore this week. Okay, let's move on.
No.
Wow.
Where's Vex?
I saw this.
Did you really?
Yes, I
Was
did.
there anything you didn't watch this year? That'd be easier.
I see everything because I like to do reviews for my channel. So,
Have you got a YouTube channel?
What'd you say?
Have you got a YouTube channel?
Of course.
Has he got
Do you,
chicken pox?
Thrush.
What's the question? Yeah, of course I have a YouTube channel. So I do reviews, and sometimes I'm also on.
Do you make
streams.
videos?
So many videos.
So many videos. Yes.
He's an awesome guy.
Yeah.
In any case, I've seen this movie, and I've heard people tell me, "Oh, this is as bad as
Is it
Madam
a
Web."
Christmas movie?
And
Is it
anytime
in
somebody
Russia?
says that to me, I say it's not as bad as Madam Web. It's bad, but it's not as bad as Madam Web. It's better than The Crow, and it's better than Madam Web. Again, it's really these are very low bars to clear.
So, on the top of the poster, it's not as bad as Madam Web.
It's not as bad as and I'll tell you why. Because I think that there was a movie here that could have worked. Aaron Taylor Johnson seems like he went to the gym and he got ready for this role.
it's great,
He
isn't
seemed like he was serious about doing it.
Yeah.
And there's maybe 3 scenes in the movie that you see him kind of do a lot of action where he's kind of getting his vengeance and killing people, and it's involving a little bit of supernatural, but it's also him doing action. And I didn't dislike those parts. It's just that out of like a 2-hour and I don't know how long movie, there's maybe 10, 15 minutes of this kind of action. If they would have focused on cool action and dropped all the other crap in this movie, this could have been a decent movie because he was up for it. But somehow at the end, it just comes off as like really, not a good movie.
There you go, folks. Price's channel, courtesy of Deeply.
The only thing I can say about this is at least it put the kibosh on Sony doing this
For now.
Spider-Man villain universe. They killed it. And
by the way,
that's
Melvin,
about the
that
only
was my
good thing
live
I'm going
show.
to say about that.
What?
This is my second channel, the one that
You've got 2 channels, you greedy bastard.
I do. I have 2 of them. I have a
I
regular
have
one and
2
a live one.
channels.
2 channels.
This is the live ones.
2
live one's the best one.
channels. Fuck's sake.
The live one is the one that Melvin watches when I talk to 2 people. He then listens and clips and shares
That's
them
like
with
Adam. Yeah, Adam's got it. It's your
Price
dating,
on
his
his
dating
dating
history.
history. There you go, folks. Okay. Craven, let's move on. This was the trailer for Pooperman. I just thought this was a big thing, wasn't it?
Man. Well,
I want it to be good.
Yeah.
I
I want it to be good, but
I don't hold
I
my
just
breath
don't.
for it.
Yeah, I just don't have any hope that it will be. I hope it surprises me. I really do, but Yeah.
Mm.
I will
I
say,
think
go
I feel like nothing is going to make us happy. Everybody here holds Christopher Reeve to that standard, and nothing is going to ever come close to that. And I want this to be good. I do. I just can't. I just can't think that it will.
Yeah.
It looks bad already to
Yeah.
me.
I don't even think it's the actor that's the
No, I
problem
don't.
here.
I don't.
I think it's going to be the writing. It's going to be the tone of the film that's going to be the problem. So
this is the problem I've got with this.
Well, I honestly think that it's not the thing about Christopher Reeves. It's the thing about them giving us a Superman movie, a proper Superman movie, and all the red flags are coming up. When you see the trailer, there's more than one hero in
That's
it.
what I mean.
You know,
That
when you see
Mhm.
the guy
Cheers,
playing
Becca.
Superman, he looks soft. He doesn't look like a solid
right. And
man. The
that's what I
costume
mean about the
sucks.
Christopher Reeve thing.
yeah.
No. But what I'm saying is that I understand what you're saying, but what I'm saying is that they could make a suit. They're not making a Superman movie. This is the problem,
Exactly. Yeah,
right?
I know what you mean.
It's they're making
Oh yeah, that
something.
there's too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah,
The actor
yeah.
is married to somebody in the Warner family, is he
I
not?
don't. Well, look. That's not by the by, right? It doesn't feel right to
Nepotism?
me. It really doesn't. The S is wrong on his chest. The costume is bad. The guy they've cast as Superman looks like some simp. What's it?
I don't think he looks like a simp.
Lois
He's
Lane.
got, do you know, for me, he's got the wrong jawline for me.
Yeah, exactly. Lois
Yeah.
Lane is not even dressed. Uh, she just, I don't know. I just think Lois Lane. They didn't even comb her hair in the trailer. It just looks stupid.
Yeah.
Again, they don't want to give us pretty women. They don't want to
The
give us.
actress is good
queer
though,
girls.
and actually,
Yeah, I'm
if
pretty
they
sure.
did let her look normal,
Man.
she's pretty, but they didn't make her
They
look that way.
didn't,
Mhm.
right? So
Yeah.
all these red flags that are coming up is telling me that this movie isn't going to be good. It's probably going to be passable, but that's not what we want. We want a Superman,
Yeah.
a proper Superman movie, and it looks like they're not going to give it to us. That's all I'm saying.
One of the bigger channels, I forget who it is, was saying pretty much the DC is, if this fucks up, DC's gone.
Oh yeah, I think that's definitely well. Here's the problem, like you said, it doesn't look like it's a Superman movie. It looks like it's the launching pad for all the other DC movies that they want to make. Instead of just making one Superman movie about Superman and about who he is, about what he represents, fighting for justice and all of that stuff. Instead, it's got to be a launching pad for all these other movies and properties that they want.
Yeah.
So it just
Fuck's sake.
And I don't
Ugh.
care how comic book accurate Guy Gardner is. He looks like he's wearing the wig from
oh god, the wig.
He does.
the wig that Uncle Fester wore in Adam's Family Values. It looks bad.
You're absolutely right, and the thing is though, what's interesting about this is, if us as fans can see this, right, the question still remains: how comes they can't see it? If they can see it, then there's an agenda at work here to stop them from actually reaching to the point where it is a proper Superman movie. And again, right, I have no faith in Hollywood anymore. Nothing that comes out of Hollywood now is not genuine, in my opinion. That's just my opinion, of course.
Okay. We shall see in, what is it, June? Or was it
June.
July
Was it Dune?
11th.
Or was it Dune? June. I don't know.
The poster says July 11th.
Okay.
I
July
think-
then, folks. Go on, Melvin. Last comment.
Clark Kent, the photos that we've seen so far with that hair, it looks like J.J. Abrams.
A bit. Yeah, I don't know.
Hamburger.
Okay. Sonic 3.
Nah.
I've actually seen this now, and I really liked it.
I've seen it, and I thought it was pleasant enough.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well. It's not as good as the first one, in my opinion.
No, I think that there's an overload of Jim Carrey here, but at the
Yes.
same time, it's fun. It's a wholesome movie that families can see, but also if you're older and you played some Sonic, it's also rather enjoyable.
I mean, he's very talented to play both parts. You know, I always find that really strange how actors can do that, play off against them. They must have,
He's
they've got to have
good.
that energy, haven't they, to do it twice.
Jim Carrey, this is a perfect role for him, and you could tell how much he's relishing playing both of these roles. I almost think that maybe this is the last time we're going to see him in a Sonic movie, because it feels like they gave him everything that he wanted. They downsized all the other roles. They basically said, Jim Carrey, here's the keys, do whatever you want here. And I feel like maybe we won't see him in this role again, unless they offer him so much money and maybe he'll reconsider. I almost feel like he said, I'll do one more, but I have to do it my way.
The franchise passed over $1 billion this week.
I honestly think that this is for the audience, and it's very rare that these days that a film is for the audience, and this one was, and the second one was too, and the first one was.
First one was, yes.
Yeah, so it's a good thing in my opinion.
The audience are on side as well, which is great. Yeah.
And also, just talking about Jim Carrey, I think performing is in his blood, obviously. Yeah. I don't think he's going to retire soon. He says things like he's going to retire and he's upset with Hollywood and stuff like that. But when you look at him in this film, there's no way this man's going to retire. Absolutely no way. He's having so much fun jumping into the skin of these characters. You know, I don't think he is going to. I remember once I saw him in a detective show, right? And he wasn't funny at all. It was just he was playing it really serious. Anyone see that? I can't remember what it was called. A Scandinavian. He was a detective, and it was a Scandinavian production. Anyone see that? Yeah, he was really serious. He was a detective, and he was really, really serious. He didn't do one joke throughout the whole of the show. And it was boring. You know, he was just acting. That was it, you know. So he just looked out of place. So I think with this stuff, this is who Jim Carrey is, man. And God bless him, because he's funny, as far as I'm concerned, anyway.
Logically _ Faith. You guys watch the YouTube documentary about Jim Carrey. Pretty sad, but that's how comedians are made, I guess.
Yeah,
No,
I mean,
he's
number 23.
Fantastic movie.
He's pretty deep, isn't he? When he goes off on one, old Jim. But again, right, that's his personal life. What I see on screen is what I enjoy.
Yeah. Okay. Anything to add, anybody?
I'll add something.
Yeah, go on.
When films like this and Super Mario are among the kind of highest grossing films of the year, that shows you what state the industry is in. Adults are watching this because they don't have anything adult to watch. It's, you know, Sonic the Hedgehog. Seriously, this is actually a real film that adults are discussing.
It's fun. I know it's fun though, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean it can be fun, but like, is it worthy of a discussion?
Yeah, it is.
I played all the games as well. Played all the Mega Drive games.
It's because there's nothing good to talk about. Then this
You're
is
right.
This looks good now compared to everything else, and that's the state of the industry, and it's bad.
Okay.
Like how Barbie was the top grossing film of the year. How ridiculous is that?
Okay. When you say this is the state of the industry, I will say, yes, this is the state of the industry, but the producers, director, or wherever listened with the character, the shitty Sonic.
Well,
they
that
listened.
would be because
they did.
So that's the difference, perhaps.
That particular producer director actually wanted to make money, but he didn't do it because he wanted to. He done it because he wanted to make money, which is what they should do. But this here would be like a kind of mid-level kids film, and none of us would be talking about it if they were actually making good movies.
Okay. I think that's it for the slides. This was the headline from each of the week of the Musings. We didn't get Nosferatu in the UK until this week, did we? So
I'll see it tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay. So you haven't got a slide for it.
Oh. I like it. People were asking if I ever watch anything that I like. I like Nosferatu. I thought it was good.
I haven't seen it. I want to see it. So I'm going to go
movie.
and see it.
Everybody seems to be
apparently,
liking it.
yeah.
Okay. We've got one more slide.
Wow, Inside Out. Blimey.
Okay, this is the top 10 earners of last year then, folks. So number 10 was Beetlejuice 2. Was that 451 mil?
Wow.
Number 9, Venom 3, 4, 7, 6. That's not bad for a. Was it a 100 mil
Yeah,
movie?
something like that. Yeah.
Or was it 80? What am I thinking? 80? I don't know. Kung Fu Panda 548.
Oh, I didn't know they made a fourth one.
I didn't either. Not
Yeah,
until just now.
yeah, same here. Fourth one? Where's that come from?
Godzilla number 7. Godzilla X Kong 572.
Wow.
Godzilla loves Kong. That's what that X stands for.
Mm-hmm.
Big kiss.
They're one of them fabulous couples.
Okay, this was the surprising one because it just fell off a cliff, really, didn't it? Second, third week.
Mhm.
Wicked 655.
Yep. There's a bunch of people thought it was going to make twice that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dune, was it June 2 714? Okay.
Disappointing. It should have done much better, but it was a disappointing film.
Soulless.
Yeah.
Owner 2 9. That's quite a considerable jump now. 913 mil.
Yeah. It only made that because the people liked the first one.
What-
It's not a great movie.
Why couldn't Mona be at number 2 and Despicable Me 4 be at number 4? Number 3, Despicable Me 4. Was
I
that
also
9?
didn't know that they made a Despicable Me.
No, I saw it.
Yeah.
I saw it.
I saw this one.
And I liked it.
Yeah.
969.
It's not nearly as good as the first one, but
No.
it's still an enjoyable film, and it was simple and fun
Yeah.
enough. It had a new premise, a different premise than the previous
Yeah,
film.
I thought it was
so-
fun.
yeah.
I thought it was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Number
I
2.
did like the first one, and I
Yeah.
actually watched because we got it on DVD for my son when it came out. So whatever this was, early 2000s, and I watched the little behind the scenes thing with the directors. Lovely little French guys just doing their own thing.
Yep.
I thought it was charming. I did.
Yeah.
Number 2, Deadpool and Wolverine. Was that 1.38
No,
bill?
1.3
1.3 billion.
That's amazing.
billion.
That's amazing. That is,
It's not bad, is it?
yeah, it's not bad at all.
Yep.
I've never seen Inside Out 2, though.
Yeah.
I haven't
We watched this yesterday. Yeah, watched
it good?
yesterday.
Is it good?
I enjoyed it. The first one is very fun and interesting idea, kind of peeking inside someone's head. And this one, you're doing the same kind of thing. They introduced some newer emotions. Some of them, I don't know, that it's a little weird. One of them is anxiety, is one of the main ones that they introduce. But the idea that there's this whole thing that happens. She goes to sleep one night, and then everybody wakes up in the middle of the night, and there's this alarm, this light going off. And they're like, what is this? What's happening? And it's puberty has started. And so everything, and people come in and they start to renovate the whole place because
All right.
puberty's changing everything about the way she thinks and does things. And it was kind of fun. And honestly, this is one that I think could have gone much worse for Disney had they not at the last minute kind of told everyone at Pixar that to take out all the
That's Inside
all
Out
the
2.
stuff. Yeah. They
Mm.
came and told there was supposedly a number of things that were going to be in there. Specifically, they were going to have her be attracted to another girl.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
came in and told them to lose all of that stuff and get it out of the film. So then the film ends up being about her and the changes she goes through and changing values as she's growing up and losing friends and gaining new friends and all the emotions and everything you have to deal with that as you go through those changes in life. So I thought it had a really good message. It was enjoyable.
Surprise hit.
Yep.
Okay. Then.
Yep.
Surprise hit, everybody. So Disney is Despicable Me 4. That wasn't Disney, was it? That was something
No.
else.
I think it was Sony. No, was it Sony? Or
DreamWorks.
DreamWorks.
was it DreamWorks? I can't remember. It's one of them.
Yeah.
How many of these are Disney in the top 10?
1, 2,
One.
1.
One looks like.
What one?
Inside Out 2 and Deadpool and Wolverine.
Mona 2.
Of course.
Yeah,
And then Moana 2.
Of course. Moana 2.
Wicked Disney.
I think so.
Would it be? Might be.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
I think it is, yeah. So
okay.
there you go. So Disney's made a lot of money this year.
What about
No,
Beetlejuice?
it's Universal.
What about it?
Is that Disney?
No,
it's
it's
Still
still
Universal.
Yeah, Wicked's Universal.
Okay.
Who owns
okay.
Universal?
Yeah, so Disney's Inside Out,
Comcast.
Deadpool and Wolverine, Moana 2, and that's it, I think. Just
Okay.
3.
And on that bombshell.
Mhm.
That is it, folks. That was 2024.
There you go.
There you go, folks. Pretty shitty. I don't know. Fair to middling, average. I don't know what. Shitty? Poo?
What? 2024?
Yeah. Did Price enjoy any of 2024? No, just
Don't know.
Nosferatu and Juror Number 2. I thought were.
I love Juror Number 2. I thought it was terrific. Absolute terrific.
Okay, folks, that is it. The snow is disappearing, folks. The snow is disappearing for one more year. That is it, folks. There you go. Chat, you are wonderful. Thank you for the interaction. Absolutely stunning numbers this evening. Thank you for the super chats.
Stunning numbers.
Yes, really good. Solid numbers. Wayfarer's doing his gig afterwards. Star Trek 4 is going to auto-link.
Voyage
chat-
Home.
Say again?
Voyage Home. I was just reading.
Yeah, Star Trek 4, yes.
The one with the whales.
Yeah.
Be wheels. Chats, we will see you next time. Let me thank the guests. Mega Geek, cheers in.
Yeah, no worries.
Price of Reason.
Hey,
Hey, did you have a good time tonight?
I did. Thanks for having me.
Deeply of Sir Melvin of the Sausage. Cheers, Melvin.
Nee, bother, Brun.
Oh, it's been joyous to have Johnny Lawrence's mum. Cheers,
Well,
Bob.
thank you. It was fun. It was fun
Joyous
having
having
me.
you on.
It was fun being here. Thank you for having me.
And last but by no means least, the channel's very own astromech droid. It is Professor Artoo.
Well, I'm from Iowa. I only work in outer space.
You do, mate. That is it. Let me boomer. I am assuming B-Sup is on tomorrow. Trev might be doing something on his own channel as well tomorrow, folks. So look out for that. Trev, our very own Trev. Tuesday, Price, is it your gig?
Tuesdays and Thursdays, there's the Night Owl.
Yeah.
Should check that out.
Wednesday, planning to do Skeleton Crew. Fuck, it's going to be a slog doing that. So Thursday, be doing. Me and Melvin will be modding Open Bar. We're back Friday, doing more talking shit. That is it, everybody. Coming in at the death. Internet of Death. Wrench. Will spot. £5. Timing. We will see you very, very soon, everybody. Take care. Have a great 2025.
Good night.